Simmons first. It's still here. In fact, never left. It's the way we've operated for more than 100 years. Talk to us about the loan that could change everything for your business. We'd like to help. Simmons first. We want to be your.
Dude, I literally, I stopped at White Castle.
Stop and take a second.
Well, fucking, I got home, dude. My wife literally got out of bed and slept in the living room. I was fucking dropping. I was waking myself up next to that. Hot, slimy.
I woke up to this look. But you were snoring with the son of a bitch. A couple of beers with Andy, and I didn't even know I was.
I saw the White Castle to the fridge.
I could have been in Bahrain for all I knew.
Oh, no. See, the first thing she goes, how many beers do we have? I said, 6. Get a shot? Oh. What's that guy's name? Sherman? I bet you they just call him Sherman.
We had like blackout curtains in the bedroom. I took the blackout curtains down, put up regular curtains, so when the sun comes up, we now wake up.
Are you looking for new, exciting, and inexpensive ideas to boost revenue and attendance at your next grand opening, charity event, or fundraiser? If so, visit Pinshot.com. Pinshot.com is St. Louis's leading provider of specialty sport promotions like the half-court shot, field goal kick contest, and hole-in-one shootouts. Make your next casino or Texas Hold'em night a winner with a Royal Flush or Lucky 21 promotion. Don't forget to ask about our fall football programs. Pinshot.com, ensuring sports' greatest moments.
Here's a number you need to put in your phone right now, 314-291-8899. That's our friend, attorney at law, Jason Faust.
And trust me, from a guy who's been married 14 times, I know good and bad attorneys. You need a guy you can trust. That is Jason Faust. That's F-A-U-S-S. Whether you're talking bankruptcy, criminal defense, DUI, DWIs, family laws, you name it, he's your guy.
Find him on FaustLaw.com. If you or a loved one are in need of a lawyer, give our friend Jason Faust a call. He'll help you out. 314-291-8899. He's a good guy. He's on the show every Friday. We know Jason Faust, and he's a reasonable priced lawyer.
So call him today. That number again, 314-291-8899 for attorney Jason Faust, F-A-U-S-S.
He's local, just like you. The decision to hire an attorney is an important one and should not be based solely on advertising.
Tom, have you been to Jack Wagon's Teachers lately?
I've swung some balls at Jack Wagons inside the wiffle ball cage, the only one around.
The World Series of wiffle ball happens at Jack Wagons, but it's so much more. If you want to go there and just have a drink, watch a game, play some pool, throw some bags, karaoke, the wiffle balls we mentioned, you can do all that. Oh, plus, ding, there's fantastic food. Jack Wagons Teachers. It's 94 in Jungerman, RJ.
And there's also a taco/nacho bar on Wednesdays, 3 p.m. to close, $3.99.
Plus, they have on Wednesdays this whole competition. Throw 8 pucks on the shuffleboard table, 8 swings, 8 bags, and if you answer 10 trivia questions, all of those winners get Blues tickets.
And you must wear clothes. It's a requirement at Jack Wagons.
Well, not all the time. I've seen you shirtless in a wiffle ball cage. But go to Jack Wagons Teachers. It is a very cool place, or we wouldn't say that.
94 and Jungerman, Jack Wagons Teachers. It's not just billiards anymore.
Hey, it's Coach from my friends at Rookie's Bar and Grill, here to tell you about some of their all-day specials. And believe me, there are plenty. Mondays and Thursdays feature a pitcher of beer and 20 wings for only $14.99. On Tuesdays, you can enjoy a bucket of beer for $9. And Bud Select long necks are only $1.75 all day Wednesday. Happy hour weekdays from 2 to 6. And don't forget about those $1.75 16-ounce drafts during every Cardinals, Blues, Rams, and Mizzou sporting event that you can watch on one of their 9 big screens. You will never miss a game at Rookie's Bar and Grill, 1544 South Service Road, right here in Wentzville.
Good day and welcome to TalkSTL.com. While you enjoy your listening experience to our original programming, we would like to announce that Shamrocks is TalkSTL.com's official watering hole, eatery, and establishment to have happy fun times in. Whether it's enjoying their lunch buffet or trying to fill the void after partaking in too many libations, Shamrocks will not disappoint. May we suggest the Pub House Club or the Dublin O'Fatty. Dublin O'Fatty. Fun to say, even better to eat. Shamrocks. Be sure to say TalkSTL.com at the bar and receive $1 Fetrol Naturals. Again, fun to say, better to drink. $1 Fetrol Naturals. Shamrocks, Veterans Memorial Parkway at 70 in Cave Springs. Party starts when you arrive.
Hey, it's Boom Boom. I smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day for over 20 years. After walking into Vapor Locker USA, I haven't had one in over a year. You know why? Because the e-cig at Vapor Locker USA works. Once you make the decision to switch to Vapor e-cigs, this is the place to go. They actually take the time to show you what vaping is all about, from how the kit works to getting the right e-juice. Vapor Locker USA was the first brick-and-mortar vapor shop in St. Louis and has been open for over 2 years. No one has more experience in e-cigarettes than Vapor Locker USA. No one. Period. End. Kits come complete with a bottle of e-juice. With over 120 flavors to choose from, you can't go wrong, and they start at just $39.98. Now with 2 locations, 13 East Pierce Boulevard in Wentzville and 1032 Country Club Road in St. Charles, and online at VaporLockerUSA.com. Vapor Locker USA, your hometown e-cig supply store. Make sure you get the right e-cig the first time at Vapor Locker USA. I did.
Are you looking for new, exciting, and inexpensive ideas to boost revenue and attendance at your next grand opening, charity event, or fundraiser? If so, visit Pinshot.com. Pinshot.com is St. Louis's leading provider of specialty sport promotions like the half-court shot, field goal kick contest, and hole-in-one shootouts. Make your next casino or Texas Hold'em night a winner with a Royal Flush or Lucky 21 promotion. Don't forget to ask about our fall football programs. Pinshot.com, ensuring sports' greatest moments.
Welcome to the Vapor Locker USA pregame show for the St. Louis Ambush. Here's Joe De Niro and Bill McDermott.
Welcome back to the Family Arena. Game 2 in 2 days. Quick turnaround. We are live where the St. Louis Ambush will take on the Rochester Lancers, the team they were supposed to take on last night, but due to weather, the Milwaukee Wave was so nice to come in and play that game last night. So the Lancers make it in. It's all good. Soccer Sam is ready to go for the Lancers. And we have ourselves quite a battle. And I say that because these are two teams with identical records, and the last time both of these played, it was a 16-7 win in Rochester for the Lancers. So the St. Louis Ambush today have to get some things done. Bill McDermott is traveling today, so in his place, the more than capable Fred Slow. How are you, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. By the way, if you're not down here already, the weather is not going to be crappy until like 9, 10 o'clock tonight. So we're good.
Mid-40s right now?
Yeah, perfect. Good day to go play in traffic and get a bunch of bread. The traffic getting here, was it a pain coming from where you are?
No, I come from the Metro East Side, and the neatest thing about St. Charles, Joe, it's 30 minutes from everywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
So regardless of where you're coming from,
that is true.
We'll see you in 30 minutes.
I once made it to Iraq in 35.
Impressive.
So it's pretty interesting. So last night, the Ambush take it on the chin. Very good game, though, against the very talented Milwaukee Wave team who came in here 6-1. Obviously now they're 7-1. That game was back and forth. The Ambush had a lead, couldn't hold it, and a very talented Milwaukee Wave team ended up winning the game 13-11. But the Ambush have nothing to hang their heads over. That was a very, very good game. Matt Kimball with 2 more goals, and they came back, it seemed like almost immediately, a couple of times when the Wave would score, the Ambush would answer within a minute. So that was very, very good to see. And you cannot speak highly enough about the goalkeeper play of Jeff Ritchie last night.
Oh, I agree completely. And it was the second time the Ambush had faced the Wave within a week. And if you remember the week before, they had lost, I think, by 20 points, 24-4.
I'd like to forget it, yeah.
And the thing about the Ambush is, 24-4 is a blowout. And like you said, we lost big on the road to Rochester, 16-7. Otherwise, we've been in the mix all season.
Yeah.
And I think that's important because it's an expansion team. And whenever you can come in and you have, let's call it actually turmoil. You have a new team come in. You have a reschedule. People are on their toes. You're not in your regular routine. And to come out and compete like that, like they did, and you can't take a lot from a loss. And everyone will tell you that. But I was impressed to see how well we competed, how well we kept up, and we played down to the final whistle. And good effort by the Ambush last night.
Very good effort, and this isn't a league. No league is about moral victories, but you have to be happy with what you see from this team. From game 1 to now, this is a different soccer team, and even with a guy like Jeff DiMaria out, who is a quarterback on that team, and he's a guy that gets the most touches, and to have a guy like that out really, really hurts a team like this, and they've done a very, very good job. They're able to score goals. As I said, their defense has been good. Jeff Ritchie has been absolutely fantastic, not only as a goalkeeper, but as a 6th attacker as well. He comes out, and a lot of times he gets the play started. And you need a goalkeeper like that in this league.
And it's being able to make those adaptations to the game, be able to make those adjustments. And we talk about success a lot, Joe, and it's not necessarily where you are, but it's how far you've come. And the Ambush, in my opinion, are one of the most successful teams in the league right now.
I think so.
Coming out, as like we stated earlier, as an expansion, having the attendance we've had in the building, having the product on the field we've had, and we know what it looks like on the stream, and we know how many people are tuned in. The Ambush are here, and they're here to stay, and that's exciting.
Absolutely. And if you haven't gotten your tickets yet, there are still plenty of opportunities to do so. Go to stlouisambush.com. You can also go to ticketmaster.com, or you can just come down during regular business hours to the St. Charles Family Arena, if that's more convenient for you, and purchase tickets. And tickets start at a paltry $15 per ticket. You can sit on the glass for $30. So that's what you're looking at. And let me tell you something. The way this arena is set up, 10,000 capacity, there really isn't a bad seat in the house. I know that's like a cliche. You hear that all the time. But up high, if you're down low, you can see from anywhere. So get out here and check out the Ambush when you can. And speaking of the Ambush, getting ready for player introductions. We'll give you tonight's lineups when we come back, the scratches, some players for both teams that are going to play and are not going to play. Obviously, Jeff DiMaria still nursing that calf injury. He's going to be out another couple of weeks. Unfortunate for the Ambush, but hopefully he gets better quick, and we can see him back in the lineup. A couple of other changes from last night's game, and we'll get you set with all of those. Fred Slow to my right is filling in for Mr. Soccer Bill McDermott. I'm Joe De Niro. You are listening on YouTube.com. You can watch it on YouTube as well. And on TalkSTL.com. This is St. Louis Ambush Soccer.
After going to the St. Charles Chill game, your kid wants to play goalie. Not a problem, until you see the sticker price on all the equipment. Let Play It Again Sports St. Peter's outfit your kid's new sport at a price that's not going to set you back a house payment. They deal in all sports: hockey, baseball, softball, golf, lacrosse, fitness, and more. They'll buy it on the spot, cash with no appointment necessary. All sports, all year long. Don't get stuck with a garage full of equipment that doesn't fit. Take it in to Play It Again Sports and trade it for something they can use. Open 7 days a week and online at playitagainsportsstpeters.com. Kids grow up quick and jump as much as 2 to 3 sizes in a season. That's why Play It Again Sports in St. Peter's is there to save you money and make everybody smile. Reuse, recycle, replay at Play It Again Sports in St. Peter's off Mid Rivers Mall Drive.
Hey, it's Coach from my friends at Rookie's Bar and Grill right here in Wentzville. I'm telling you what, if you want to have a good time at an affordable price, there is no better way to go than Rookie's. From their $9 bucket special on Tuesday night to their $14.99 pitcher and wing special on Monday and Thursday nights, you can't beat it. And don't forget about those $1.25 drafts during every Cardinal, Blue, Ram, and Mizzou sporting event that you can watch on one of their 9 big screens. You'll never miss a game at Rookie's Bar and Grill, 1544 South Service Road in Wentzville.
You're listening to the St. Louis Ambush pregame show on TalkSTL.com. Brought to you by Vapor Locker USA, your hometown electronic cigarette supply store. Now with 2 locations, 13 East Pierce Boulevard in Wentzville and 1032 Country Club Road in St. Charles. Also at VaporLockerUSA.com. Now back to Joe De Niro and Bill McDermott.
Welcome back to the Vapor Locker USA pregame show. Live at the Family Arena alongside Fred Slow, who's filling in for Mr. Soccer, Sir Soccer, some would call him, Bill McDermott, who is traveling. Hope to have him back next week. Today it is a battle between 2, 3, and 6 teams. It is the Rochester Lancers, who were supposed to play last night due to the storm, impending storm. It's going to hit St. Louis later tonight. They couldn't be here, so you have to give credit to the Milwaukee Wave and their owner, Sue Black.
Oh, Sue Black was outstanding.
She was fantastic. Got a chance to talk to her during halftime, and the first female owner of a professional team of any type, which is nice.
The first of what we hope is many, but yeah, absolutely. They had the afternoon game scheduled today, so they were going to be in St. Louis last night due to the weather. The weather is bad here, Joe, but it's even worse out east.
Yeah.
So Rochester couldn't make it in. And like we said, that's the idea behind the league. That's the idea behind the MISL, where it's hey, we have to make these reschedules and we have to make it work for the fans and for the people who want to be here. And I don't know, it's exciting and it's fun and if you can make it descriptive, it's intimate, and that's what
really is.
That's what this league does to its fans.
We're getting ready for our national anthem. Before that, we will tell you that last night the Ambush lost 13-11. Keep in mind again that 2-point goals. There were 2 3-point goals, 1 for each team. So that's what you'll see when you come down here to the Family Arena as well. And if you haven't grabbed your tickets or looked at the schedule, do that. Bring the kids, bring the neighbors, bring the mother-in-law. She can sit up high. It's stlouisambush.com. And for more information, you can also come to the Family Arena, and you can go to Metro Tix, too, and buy your tickets. But if you have not seen a game yet, you owe it to yourself to do so. So we get set for our national anthem. I wanted to give props to Timberland High School last night. Did a great job. So here is tonight's, or today's, as it were, national anthem, and then we'll get to some action from the Family Arena on TalkSTL.com.
From the mountains to
Very nicely done. God bless America and the national anthem.
My two favorite songs, Joe.
Those are the two greatest songs in the world, as far as I'm concerned.
That first, I get the goosebumps, Joe. I get excited.
I see that. You're obviously jumbled. It's a good thing. Let's hope the ambush can get excited and get a win here today. It is the ambush against the Rochester Lancers. Both teams come in at 3-6 overall. Interesting to note that the Rochester Lancers have not won a road game. Let's keep it that way. They are 0-3 on the road. So hopefully the ambush can give them a tough time, as they did the Milwaukee Wave. Again, well, you can't speak enough about how talented the Wave is. They've got 5-6 just dynamite players. And that was their backup goalkeeper, who did a very, very fine job. So that's a team to be reckoned with for sure. Them and the Baltimore Blast at the top of the standings here in the MISL. The ambush just out of a playoff spot. This will essentially be the battle for fourth place. So whoever wins this one kind of gets the nudge and positions themselves for a playoff run. And still quite a bit of season to go. But we'll keep that in mind. One of the hot players and a guy that we're keeping our eye on is number 2, Matt Kimball. As I mentioned to you, Fred Slow, he's got 4 goals in his last 2 games and didn't really play a whole lot the first few games, but he has been on fire. Jeff Ritchie as well in goal. Chad Vandergrift has been very, very good as far as defense goes. He's made a few key saves when Ritchie's had to be out of his crease. This team is just growing, and of course you can't speak it highly enough about number 12, O'Dane Sinclair, and also about Mike Roach, who has been sort of a catalyst and scored that big goal the other night to tie it up and eventually gave the ambush a chance to win it in overtime. So we are set for a good ball game here. 2 3-6 teams, but don't let that fool you, because the Lancers put 16 on the ambush in Rochester. But again, as I mentioned, they struggle on the road. Let's keep that going, and we're ready for the opening kick here in just a minute. One of the guys to look out for on their team, Gary Boughton, number 4, that is their points leader. So if they can keep Boughton off the, I called him Boughton, it's Boughton. I just looked at the pronunciation key. Sorry, YouTubers. And here we go. We are underway. Back to the keeper it goes. And in the Rochester end, wearing the all-blue jerseys, yellow socks, moving right to left on your laptops. Schindler tries to get it out of his own zone. It's going to go all the way back to their keeper. That's Gavin McInerney from Dublin, Ireland. Into the ambush zone. Jeff Ritchie kicks it out of trouble there and all the way to midfield. Back it comes. Turning it into the zone, that's Salas. He moves to the front of the net. Fauski in there as well. Here's number 26, Schindler. Schindler kicks it all the way into the zone. Fauski into the box, but an easy play for Jeff Ritchie. He picks it up, and he'll direct his team. He now goes left side. Back to Ritchie. He's going to bring it out with his feet. Going to quarterback it from here.
Lancers on their heels.
Fresh troops for the ambush. O'Dane Sinclair on the right side, being hounded there by Fauski and Salas, but he retains possession. Good pass there. Dow gives a nice through ball to the right side. Dow with it. 3-point shot. Big save. Goes over the top of the net. Hobson kicks it back in, but that's an easy play for the keeper, McInerney.
Sinclair was there on the rebound from Hobson. What the ambush do well is they play the ball off the boards, and we've talked about this before, Joe. In indoor soccer, you have to be able to utilize the boards as an extra attacker or defender when protecting the goal.
The ambush in their own zone. There's a bicycle kick. You don't see many of those. It wasn't a shot, and now it looks like Acosta is going to get rung up for the foul there. Didn't quite see it. I'll just take the referee's word for it that it was a foul. It's going to be a restart right side of the net for De Silva. Kicks it, blocked by Sinclair. Off the boards it goes in front, and a nice job by Jeff Ritchie to see the ball in the air. He picks it off. Back come the ambush the other way. All the way down the field for Corey Adamson.
It's a good aggressive pass.
Adamson being hounded there by 3 different Lancers. Here's Acosta. Back to midfield. A dangerous pass, but Vandergrift goes all the way back to his keeper, Ritchie. Ritchie at his yellow line. 13 minutes here, no score in the first quarter. All the way down for number 16. There's Roach with that left across the goal mouth.
Nobody home. Matt Kimball, a deflection. Roach can't get control, and finally it's controlled there and cleared out by De Silva. Ambush with the ball. This is number 17. This is Schmerman. Schmerman to Roach. Back to Schmerman. A give-go. Left foot. That one's blocked. Hits off the top of the glass. Still in play. Controlled there by the Lancers, but back come the ambush. Roach trying to get a move to the right side of the goal, and now he's going to come all the way back to Chad Vandergriff. And Vandergriff is going to slide that back to his keeper, Jeff Ritchie.
Good pressure by the ambush here.
Good pace so far. Here's Chad Vandergriff for the ambush. Moving up with some speed. Big shot. That's a three-pointer. He scores. Chad Vandergriff. Beautiful shot, and that's going to be 3. That's what we're looking for, Fred Slow.
Good aggressive play by Vandergriff coming up from the defensive position, just letting it rip. The goalkeeper obviously thought he was going to play it off the wall or pass to the outside. Right-footed, right through his hands into the net. Outstanding
Beautiful shot.
effort.
Beautiful shot. And he took that ball. That's unassisted. And he bangs that one home. It was darn near the yellow line. And unfortunately for Gavin McInerney, he didn't get a good look at it. Fortunately for the ambush, he didn't get a good look at it. Ambush lead 3-0. Now again, to explain to those of you that haven't been to a game or haven't watched the MISL in the last couple of years, some rule changes. There are 3-point goals like that one. When you come here, you'll see an arc, almost like a 3-point, well, exactly like the 3-point arc in the NBA. Anything behind that, as that one was, is a 3-pointer. Everything else inside that counts as 2. There are no 1-point goals anymore in the MISL. So it's good to see the ambush not only get on top, but get that 3-point goal from Chad Vandergriff, and he just took that play over from the midfield with authority, moved all the way up, and nobody came to him. And that's something that you don't see with teams like the Baltimore Blast and the Milwaukee Wave. Nobody marked him.
And we noticed it from the first minutes. The Lancers are playing a little on their heels. They're wide-eyed, and Coach Josh Reif has already seen this, and they've called a timeout right now. And what the Lancers are going to try to do is they're going to try to come to the ambush and meet the players at the half field line and say, hey, you're not going to just walk up on it. You're not going to go unassisted to the 3-point line. And fortunately for the ambush, that's an early goal. 3 points you want all the time. But is it a goal you're going to get 9 out of 10 times? No. You're absolutely not.
It's a low percentage shot.
It's a low percentage shot. And that's what the Lancers are going over right now. Hey, stay the course, stay your goal, but be more aggressive. But like I said, excellent job in the ambush to just attack. And that's what this game's about.
3-0 with that 3-point goal. Chad Vandergriff, who has just played absolutely fantastic this season, especially in the past few games.
Oh, and he impresses me as a goal scorer, especially from the defensive position. To be able to play that efficiently from that far away from the net on offense is very valuable.
Absolutely. This is Cole. Up to Boughton. Boughton with the ball. Right corner. Kicks it off the boards. Actually, that's right on goal. And Jeff Ritchie right there to make the save. He kicks it out quickly to Dowell. Here come the ambush. This is Mike Mesley. Head of steam, a shot, and that was a bouncing ball.
He's going to get it under control there.
And it goes over the top of the net. You can see the keeper, McInerney, there saying, guys, we need more pressure on the ball carrier. You can't let those guys come in. Now thrown out all the way into the ambush zone. Chad Vandergriff there. We talked about his offense. His defense is outstanding, too.
He's excellent. He's a classic two-way player, Joe.
And now Vandergriff gets the ball back to Acosta. He'll kick it all the way back to his keeper. Jeff Ritchie has got a dribble there. Watch it here. A giveaway. Oh, a bicycle kick. Oh, my goodness. That one goes over the top of the net. Luckily. Or that would have been 2. That's Janio with the bike. Nice play.
The athleticism you see here.
Oh, my goodness. That's the second bicycle kick attempt we've seen in the last 5 minutes. Rochester with the ball. Trying to get it into the ambush zone. It's cleared out. But back at midfield. That's going to be a foul. Corey Adamson pulled down number 14. That's Edgar Bardamalu. But he's got Edgar on the back of the jersey. I guess that's a lot easier to put. We'll just call him Edgar.
Yeah, they got a little mixed up there in the corner. It was looked more like an effort to keep himself from falling, but yeah, definitely pulled him down.
O'Dane Sinclair in the ambush zone, trying to clear. Stolen there by Miller. Miller with the left. That one's blocked. Back to Basso, number 13. Rochester with the ball. Edgar, 14. That's Bartamalu, but we're going to call him Edgar. Loses the ball. Acosta kicks it all the way back. Now it goes to Jeff Ritchie. Ritchie has to play it with his feet. Kicks this one into the zone, and here come the ambush, and now we've got a three-line pass? Is that what he called, or a handball? I believe it was a handball on Matt Kimball. That's unfortunate because Kimball had Vance in the zone, and the only two back were Cole and Somerville.
And Ritchie doesn't make the three-line pass often. He knows exactly where to put it.
Back come. This is a big shot. It goes wide, and I believe Ritchie got a piece of it by Cole. Cole hammered that ball with the left foot, and he retains possession near the yellow line. He's going to go left side for Salas. Salas in the box. Gets the ball back. Big shot there off the post, and back come the ambush. So fortunate a couple of those shots didn't slide through. Here's Roach. Roach right side for Chad Vandergriff, our goal scorer. Had a three-pointer just a couple of minutes ago with 9:30 left. That's your score, 3-0. Ambush on top of the Rochester Lancers. Again, Lancers in town today. Couldn't make it in last night. That's why the Milwaukee Waves stepped in and promptly beat us by 2. And with 9:15 left, Jeff Ritchie in his own zone. Kicks it off the glass into the Rochester zone. Dan Antoniuk in the corner. Now to Roach. Roach with the left in the box for Schmerman. He gets taken down. No call. Here's Roach again, but a nice defensive play there by Rochester, and back they come. That's number 26. That's Jake Schindler. Schindler to Salas. Salas is going to let one go, but Ritchie's right there with the save.
He's textbook on those saves, Joe.
He really is.
To be able to he makes his body small. He gets his hands extended. That's going to keep the ball from coming past you. And in rebound, if there is one, can be corralled, and if not, it's going to bounce out wide.
Very rarely is he in the wrong spot. Here's Dan Antoniuk. Chested now off Mike Mesley. Rochester steals. Into the corner it goes. Some pushing and shoving there. And that's number 20. That's Janino. Trips over the ball, but they retain possession. Somerville with the ball.
Undoubtedly setting up the bicycle kick.
Yet another. Now trying to push forward. Down he goes, but the ambush retains possession. But Beto's going to try and get a shot, and not sure what the call was. They're going to call a dangerous play there on Mesley. And it'll be a restart for the Rochester Lancers.
Jose Mesley just got underneath of him there.
Kind of tied up the foot. Janino, number 20, is going to take the restart left side of the goal. Two-man wall, and a good job. In the box it goes, but Mesley kicks it all the way back into the Rochester end. Gavin McInerney, their keeper, up near midfield. Kicks it into the ambush zone. Some pushing and shoving. Basso and Mesley going at it. And they say no. Mesley takes him down. Basso's not happy. And he's also not fast because he's having a tough time getting back up the field.
He was trying to put his weight there on Masley, and then Matt just moved out from behind him, falls straight to the turf, and Ritchie let him hear about it as he was running back.
Correction, Basso's number 13. That's Beto, number 28, who's not on the roster, but he is now. Into the corner it goes. O'Dane Sinclair trying to break out, and a good defensive play by the Lancers to clear it. That was Cole, and now he'll go back to his keeper, and he'll go right side, and up the near boards it goes. Check at the far boards. Janino back to his keeper and over left side to Cole. Cole coming up the near boards now to midfield, all the way up, trying to get it there to Pedrinho. Pedrinho loses it, and Acosta kicks it back to his keeper, Jeff Ritchie. Ritchie with the right, loses it, turns, shoots, and scores. A very rare mistake by Jeff Ritchie. He lost that ball to Doug Miller. Miller just turned and hammered it home. That's a 2-point goal.
You say lost, Joe. Good effort by Doug Miller of the Lancers.
Absolutely.
Putting the pressure on. He took that ball from Ritchie, which you don't often see. Ritchie tried to play it off the boards, like we said. He was able to get in position, corral it, and then, it's 2 points from there.
So the ambush still with the lead, and Daryl Duran is going to take a timeout and talk about it a little bit. Again, that's one of those rare misplays, and it wasn't terrible. It was one of those that just, when Jeff Ritchie tried to clear it, didn't get enough of a piece of it, had to get back into his his goal box and couldn't do it.
Well, and this is what we talked about the Lancers were going to try to do. Whenever they took that time out early in the first half after the goal, show that be aggressive, get down the field, show that you didn't just come here to lose another away game.
Right.
And I think that's an example of it. And Richie wants that one back. Everyone knows that.
No doubt.
But whenever the ball can be taken away like the Lancers did, that's a good effort. We're going to give them that goal, but we still lead 3-2.
No, it was a great goal. Don't get me wrong, but, boy, to see Richie come out and not get it past somebody is pretty rare because he's as adept as he is with his hands. I think he's just as great with his feet.
Well, and that's a fluke play, and we won't see that again the rest of the season. But you know what I'm not worried about? That's Richie's psyche.
Yeah,
because he's a true professional.
Yeah.
He's going to bounce right back from that. He'll be dialed in still the rest of the game, and like I said, you won't see it again for the remainder of the year.
And just looking at him down on the field now with 6:58 to go in a 3-2 lead, calm, cool, not smacking himself like I would when I was younger. He's not beating himself up. It's going to be a long game. Chad Vandegrift with the ball. All the way into the Lancer zone. That's Matt Kimball. Kimball with the ball, loses it. Salas comes out with it. And he's going to try and clear, and they do. A potential 2-on-1. Watch Tavernese. He was all alone. Very Steve Jungle-like. Luckily, they didn't get him the ball. Here's Salas. Number 10. To Schindler, 26. Tries to pass that ball. Back come the ambush. Corey Adamson. Turning back. He loses the ball to Miller. Salas now in three-point range. Stops, sets it up, tips this one into the box. Chad Vandegrift is there again, and he's going to clear it.
That's a good job by the ambush to get back, turning the ball over deep in their zone.
That's unfortunate. He clears it, and it's a good job to do it, but it bounced over into the ambush bench. Quick restart here for the Lancers. Here's Boughton. Boughton into the zone. He goes left side. And that one is finally deflected, and out comes the ambush. Here is Dan Antoniuk. He's going to lose the ball at midfield. And that is Basso. Basso, number 13. Right side to Fauski. Fauski moving it up and into the box. That's Pedrinho. Watch him. Trying to get a shot off on the turn, and a good play by Dan Antoniuk to clear that ball.
Oh.
Looks like Roach got away with a push there. Ball goes all the way back into the Rochester zone. Their keeper, McInerney, now kicks it up to number 13. That's Stephen Basso. Basso brings it up across midfield to 27. That's Joe Tavernese. I should have known that pronunciation. It's Italian sounding. Fred Slow. What am I thinking? Here's Fauski. Got that one right. To number 10. That is Mauricio Salas. Now Cole at midfield. It's Edgar. That's Bartholomew. Into the corner. It's finally cleared by the ambush. And my favorite spot on the whole field where there's no glass, it goes up and over. 4:54 left here in the first quarter. It's the ambush 3 and the Rochester Lancers 2. 3-point goal by Chad Vandegrift to start the scoring, but back comes Miller just a few minutes ago, and it's now a 1-point game. Tavernese now on the restart. Miller with a shot. Nice block there. That was by Dow. Dow got in front of it. All the way back it comes. O'Dane Sinclair gives chase. Kicking it out of trouble to Tavernese is their keeper, McInerney. Now to Fauski. This ball on the near post. Craig giving chase. But finally, Schmerman for the ambush clears it all the way back to his keeper. Here's O'Dane Sinclair. He loses the ball, trying to get it back in the zone. And finally, Craig for the Rochester Lancers clears it back to McInerney, his keeper. 4:15 left. 3-2 ambush. Basso with a break on the left side. Stops, turns, kicks it, scores. That was a beautiful shot. He put it where Jeff Ritchie wasn't. Wow. Not a lot you can say about that, but a heck of a shot.
Good job by Basso to corral the ball. He settles it to his right foot, and then, like you said, he's able to turn quickly and sneak it past Ritchie to where Ritchie, the one part of the goal he wasn't covering.
That was one heck of a move. You got to give Basso all the credit on that. And it looked like Jeff Ritchie was screened. He didn't pick up the shot until the last moment, but you see the ball go into the corner. Basso controls it, as you mentioned, from his left to his right. turns, swivels, and kicks that into the far corner. That's a nice goal there.
It's pretty obvious early in the game, Joe, that the Lancers have some athletes. They have some guys, and they, to me anyways, don't look like the most disciplined team. We saw them on the restart on the set play. There's really nothing developed there, and we haven't seen textbook defense per se. But what they're doing with the ball in offense is, well, impressive to this point.
They now have the first lead of the game for them. It's 4-3. And they have the ball. Schindler at midfield. He'll kick this one down towards the corner. Now it goes all the way back to the keeper. That's Pedrinho that kicks it back. Gavin McInerney to Cole. And now possession soccer for Rochester. The ambush are going to have to push the pace here and try and get possession. Good job, Corey Adamson. Jars it loose, but back it comes to Edgar. Bartamalu, number 14. And he kicks it back to Schindler. Rochester Lancers with the lead, just taking their time, methodically working it in to the ambush zone. They do. This one goes off the chest of the Rochester player and over the boards. Jeff Ritchie with the restart.
I love that you describe it as methodical, Joe, because this has been a quick first quarter where there's only 3 minutes left. And since that first time out taken by the Lancers, I don't think the ambush have got a shot on goal.
It's been a while, that's for sure. Ever since they took that time out. But here come the ambush now. This is Dan Antoniuk, the team captain. Back to Groark. Groark at midfield. Pushes it left side for Mesley. Mesley into the box for Roach. It's stolen, but Groark gets it. Groark lets it go. That's way wide. Off the boards. Maybe a design play. Antoniuk a shot. Big save. Head ball. Oh, it's headed off the line beautifully. What a play there. Back comes Roach. Left foot. He's pushed down. Is that going to be in the box or out? They're going to say it's out of the box, but it's going to be a restart. Oh, what a head ball there by Mesley. But off the line, a beautiful play.
The Lancer defender, I didn't see his number, Joe.
By Fauski. That was number 8. That was Elliot Fauski. What a play. He headed that ball right out of the goal.
That's that same athleticism we were talking about earlier. That's exactly where you need to be.
And the ambush, smart move here. We've seen them be successful every time there's a restart and they want to call a timeout. They've done just that. They're down 4-3, but this has been an exciting first quarter.
And these restarts are the spots where Coach Darryl Duran just excels. And, you know, he's a technician of the game. He knows how to draw it up. So he saw what the Lancers are trying to do when they set up for it, and he's going to have a play to counteract that.
As I look at the replay, I gave the credit to Fauski. That's actually number 11, Paul Craig, on the goal line, heading that head ball out, if that makes any sense, because Groark had it dead to rights into what looked like an open net. But Paul Craig made the defensive play of the game so far.
Yeah, Paul Craig, the Canadian Paul Craig, I read in his bio.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Charlottetown, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Beautiful area.
It is, especially this time of week. 2:26 left in the first quarter. Alongside Fred Slow, who's filling in for Mr. Soccer, Bill McDermott. I'm Joe De Niro. We got ourselves a good one here. The Rochester Lancers, who were supposed to be in last night, are here today. Little schedule change. Thank you, Milwaukee Wave, for accommodating the ambush and playing last night. They lead 4-3, the Lancers do. The only goal for the ambush was a three-pointer to start the game off by Chad Vandergrift unassisted. And the ambush trying to get something going here on the restart after the timeout. Here's Roach just inside the arc. Slides this one over into the corner, a shot, and that one went wide. Mike Mesley has the ball. And back into the box it goes. O'Dane Sinclair's there, but it's towed out. Mesley with a shot. That's blocked. It goes into the crowd, and it'll be ambush ball.
Tell you what, Joe, I'm constantly impressed by the effort of O'Dane Sinclair.
He is a workhorse. Here's Roach with the left, a big save. Oh, what a save there by McInerney. Good shot there by Roach. Ambush applying some pressure. Little full court press, and that forces Cole to kick the ball out of the bounds into his own bench. So it'll be an ambush restart at the top of the arc, just inside the three-point line. Roach tries to quick kick it, and the referee says, hang on a second. I wasn't even set. A good play. Three-man wall now for Rochester. He's got Mesley on the right, and he's got Groark on the left. To Groark he goes. Big shot, and that one's blocked. Couple of shots here by the ambush off the restart. And now they're starting to push the pace, Fred Slow.
No, I couldn't be more impressed right now with the ambush, with their offensive attack. They're, like we said, they're moving the balls to the wings. They're working inside. Here's a real opportunity.
Antoniuk there tries to swivel and get a shot, but a nice play by Cole to take it away. Edgar's there as well. Antoniuk with control in the corner. Cole on him. He tries to get a shot. He can't. Gork is there to help. And now we've got a dangerous play. Not crazy about that call, but the Rochester Lancers are going to get it.
I tell you what I want to do. I want to take a second to talk about whenever the players battle underneath, Joe, and it shows this game's not just about the lower body; it's about the upper body.
Yes.
Because when these guys tangle up, it's a battle down there, and you can. And if you're here in the arena and you can see it, you see how big and massive these athletes are and what they're able to do. And the MISL is the premier league for indoor soccer right now, and this is an example why.
And it's a lot more physical than the outdoor game. Yeah. Kimball toes this one. Goes off of number 13, blocked in front by Basso. Back they come. Here's Salas. Salas trying to get around Schmerman. Schmerman takes the ball. Salas goes down, but he gets the ball. Nice play. Here's Dow pushing it up. Dow to Kimball. Basso, nice head ball back to his keeper. That's a good defensive play from Rochester. And back comes number 13, Basso. Up the near boards he goes. That's to Fauski. Fauski, number 8. He's got the ball at the yellow line. Turns, looks for help. Good defense here by the ambush. Man-to-man coverage. Back they come. Swivels! And a save by Jeff Ritchie. Pedrinho turned and tried to put it into the opposite corner. Ritchie dove and got a finger on it.
Full extension
nice save.
for Ritchie.
And back to him it comes, courtesy of Kyle Hobson. Here's Chad Vandergriff with the only ambush goal.
As soon as he possesses the ball, Joe, his eyes are up and he's ready to attack.
He knows exactly where to go. O'Dane Sinclair, left foot in front. Hobson didn't see it. And it goes off his foot. Pedrinho in the corner. He and Hobson collide. Play continues. Mattingly with a shot. That's a head ball, and we come to the end of the first quarter where the ambush got the scoring underway with a three-pointer from Vandergriff, but back come Miller and Basso unassisted with 2 2-point goals. Our score right now, as we get ready for the second quarter, is the Rochester Lancers 4, your St. Louis Ambush 3. Should be a really good one between both of these 3 and 6 teams. And the Rochester Lancers looking for their first road win. They're 0-3 on the road, so it should be a very interesting second quarter. We'll have all of it on YouTube.com and TalkSTL.com when we come back. You're listening to St. Louis Ambush Soccer.
Let me tell you a story about Kyle and Kelly. They met, they dated, they married, and then they had themselves the little Shamrocks. Now, when Shamrocks was born, Kyle and Kelly nurtured their little Shamrocks. And they told Shamrocks that he could grow up to be anything Shamrocks wanted to be. Shamrocks could make people feel welcome by serving the customers good, wholesome food that would make their bellies full. Shamrocks certainly could provide plenty of drink to enhance the mood of the people gathered. Shamrocks could be a family-friendly place where any sort of celebration could be properly enjoyed. With Kyle and Kelly's love, Shamrocks has prospered and stands proudly on Veterans Memorial Parkway at 70 in Cave Springs. Feel free to stop by and see how Shamrocks is doing nowadays. And be sure to tell Kyle and Kelly what a good time you had and how Shamrocks made you smile. Because every parent likes to hear about how their Shamrocks made them smile. Shamrocks. Shamrocks. Here's a number you need to put in your phone right now, 314-291-8899. That's our friend, attorney-at-law Jason Faust.
And trust me, from a guy who's been married 14 times, I know good and bad attorneys. You need a guy you can trust. That is Jason Faust. That's F-A-U-S-S. Whether you're talking bankruptcy, criminal defense, DUI, DWIs, family laws, you name it, he's your guy.
Find him on faustlaw.com. If you or a loved one are in need of a lawyer, give our friend Jason Faust a call. He'll help you out. 314-291-8899. He's a good guy. He's on the show every Friday. We know Jason Faust, and he's a reasonable priced lawyer.
So call him today. That number again, 314-291-8899 for attorney Jason Faust, F-A-U-S-S.
He's local, just like you. The decision to hire an attorney is an important one and should not be based solely on advertising.
for the St. Louis Ambush on TalkSTL.com. Here's Joe De Niro and Bill McDermott.
Back at the Family Arena, 4-3 Rochester Lancers after one quarter. Alongside Fred Slow in for Bill McDermott, I'm Joe De Niro. If you haven't been to an ambush game yet, you're missing out. Again, as we talk about how fast it moves, it's like hockey on turf. Fred, you probably don't like that analogy, but I'm using it.
I tell you what I love.
Hockey's exciting.
Yeah, I love a single ice point, Joe. But the opportunity to have multiple ice points in one shot in
I
soccer.
knew it was coming. I started it, didn't I? Basso for Rochester. Into the box. Nice play there by Mattingly to flip it up to his keeper, Ritchie.
Oh, and here we
Back
come.
quickly, come the
4-on-2.
ambush. Mike Mesley, left side. Shoves it over. Acosta with a shot. Can't locate the ball, and that was a nice save by McInerney. He saw it the whole time.
Mesley was faster with the ball than the entire Lancers in an effort to get back.
No doubt. That was a very, very quick transition for the ambush. Back into the ambush zone, though. Here comes Fauski, number 8. In the corner. He's got Cole there. 3-point land. Into the box he goes. Watch it here. Swivels. Oh, a nice give-go back to Fauski. But he couldn't get any leather on it. And it's cleared out to midfield. Good defense there by the ambush.
It would have looked nice if it worked, Joe, but a little too fancy for me.
A little too fancy for them as well. I don't think they saw it coming.
When you're straight away like that and you have an opportunity to put a shot on goal, you got to take it.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Craig back to his keeper, McInerney, into the Rochester zone. And with 13:50 left here in the half, the ambush are down by 1 point. And looking for a 2-point goal. Back they come. Here's Kimball. He's got Dow. He's also got Groark.
Oh, good move.
Nice move. Kimball with the left foot. Can't get the right on it. And good defense there. That was number 26, Jake Schindler. Did a nice job at the end to take that ball away. And back comes Rochester near their own bench. Back they go.
Good job by the ambush keeping the ball in the Lanchester zone.
That's Paul Craig, who we saw make that amazing defensive play, the head ball off the goal line in the first quarter. Ritchie trying to get it to O'Dane Sinclair. It's tipped there, and a nice job to get the ball into the ambush zone, but the ambush have possession. O'Dane Sinclair now. Ball is stolen. Back come the ambush, and a nice play there by Vance to get it under control. Here's Schmerman looking for O'Dane Sinclair. He's got him, but a nice defensive play in the box. That was number 14, Edgar Bartolomeu. Kicks it out of trouble, and now here the ambush are. Near boards, near midfield.
I really like what the ambush are doing here, Joe. Just whenever you think they're going to settle down and possess the ball, they ride aggressive again and push it downfield. And like we said earlier in the first quarter, keeping the Lancers on their heels and being that aggressive team that we know the ambush can be.
O'Dane Sinclair and Bartolomeu trying to wrestle for the ball here, and this could be a break. Nice job. Adamson's got the ball. O'Dane Sinclair with the lefty scores. Very nice. Saw that play developing. Very nicely done. Corey Adamson to O'Dane Sinclair. And that whole play was started, I believe, by Kyle Hobson. Very nicely done on the transition. Let's check it. And a nice play. O'Dane Sinclair wasted no time. Just one time tapped it in. And McInerney had no chance.
I know the ambush fans are going to love to see Sinclair put one in the net, and the goal does go to Sinclair, but that's a team effort on that goal.
Absolutely. Great play.
To be able to possess the ball, at or near the Lancers into the field and then move the ball, like we said earlier, to the corner and find Sinclair wide open in the middle.
Oh, no!
Oh, no.
We've got a giveaway here.
No goal.
And Fauski puts it into the net. We've got an injured Rochester Lancer on the left side of the field. And is that going to be a good goal or no?
I think they're going to call a penalty, Joe, before the goal.
Oh, boy, another one that Jeff Ritchie mishandled. And, again, he doesn't do that very often. And they're going to count it. And that's unfortunate. That's just what you don't want to happen. You want it to happen when you're at home, you scoring a quick goal after the opposition scores, but you don't want them doing that to you. And that was just a bang-bang play. McInerney gets the assist, their goalkeeper. Kicked it all the way down the field. It goes off the boards. Jeff Ritchie dove, thought he had a handle on it, did not, and Fauski puts it into the back of the net.
Yeah, unfortunate bounce there for Jeff Ritchie. So I guess there's nothing on the collision. We didn't see a foul call or anything. He was just a little shook up.
We do have a whistle here. And what have we got? Groark doesn't like it. Looks like it's going to go against the ambush. And with 11:55, we've still got ourselves a close game here. 6-5, bad guys. Rochester Lancers, they take the lead after that last goal. Going to restart the restart here. And here's Groark in his own zone. Groark all the way off the boards into the end. That is Dan Antoniuk, and they're going to ring him up for a handball. That's a good call. It went off the hand. He had it on his thigh, and unfortunately, it hit the hand before it hit the thigh. So it'll be a restart in their own zone. That'll be number 13, Steven Basso. Kicks it all the way up to midfield. Flicked on there by Somerville. Beto there. Tries to get the ball, and here they come. 3-on-2. Not such a wise decision to take that shot. He had two other guys wide open.
A lot on him, but just wide of the net.
But Salas wanted to take it himself, and it went wide. I'm glad he did. Now working to get the ball loose. Finally, the ambush clear it. That was Vance kicking it all the way up, but it's controlled by Cole for Rochester. Salas is there. Mike Mesley in the corner for the ambush, trying to get it loose, and that ball's sticking to the corner. Comes back out to Cole. Cole's going to kick it back to Craig, number 11 for Rochester. Craig into the corner. And we've got ourselves a foul the other way, and Beto doesn't like it. And he is a physical player, number 28. The second that ball gets anywhere near him, he's leaning into the defender. Jeff Ritchie going to take the kick. Back to Ritchie it comes from Dan Antoniuk. All the way to midfield, flicked on there to Acosta.
Watch Acosta here, Joe. He can really fly with the ball.
Into the corner now. He battles with Boughton. And Beto's got the ball. Kicks it back to Salas, and now it comes all the way back into the ambush zone to Schmerman. Back to Jeff Ritchie. Ritchie over to Kimball. Full court press here by Rochester. That's going to be a trip and a 2. And you've got to call that one.
He'll claim he made an effort at the ball, Joe, but I didn't see it. It was
Janino trying to go for the ball. Takes out Matt Kimball, and he laid flat on the ground there. He's going to get rung up for the first penalty of the game.
Janino comes over and helps Kimball up off the turf.
Yeah, you could see it. At least he wasn't trying to hammer him into the turf.
And we talk about this, well, at all levels of athletics, so it's sportsmanship's number one.
Yep.
Yeah, and these guys play hard, and when they're on the field, they're aggressive, and they don't necessarily like each other, but when it comes down to it, it's about playing fair and it's about playing tough.
Yep. Between the lines, they hate each other, but after the whistle, they can be buddies. Not all of them, but a lot. Saw a handshake last night between the Wave and some hugs and high fives between the two teams. I like to see that. Here the ambush. Like to see a goal here. Dan Antoniuk falls and can't get the ball. And it's a man advantage for the ambush. Dane Sinclair. Nice play there. Gets it back to his right, goes to his left, but that's a handball. And with 1:27 left in the man advantage, that is a giveaway. Restart for Gavin McInerney, the goalkeeper for Rochester. Kicks it all the way into the ambush zone. Be careful here. And luckily, Acosta was there and didn't allow Boughton to get a shot. Here's Dow with a shot. Big save there by McInerney. Hammered that ball, but a nice diving save by the keeper. And back comes Roach, number 16 for the ambush. Acosta trying to get the ball there. Fauski a handball, and that's going to be a restart for the ambush.
Just under 1 minute left in the power play.
And 9:24 left in the second quarter. Ambush down 6-5. Roach to Acosta. Nice pass. Oh, a big shot wide, but then O'Dane Sinclair kicks it in. That play happened so fast I couldn't keep up with it. O'Dane Sinclair scores his second goal of the game and gives the ambush the lead back at 7-6.
The ball makes its way clear across the center. I think it's Sherman on the left-hand side who takes the shot off the board, and Sinclair, who always seems to be in the right place at the right time.
And a nice play there by a guy you know a little bit about, Acosta. Acosta slid it over to Dan Antoniuk. Antoniuk goes off the boards to O'Dane Sinclair, who pounds another one in. His second of the game, and the Ambush have a 7-6 lead.
Outstanding power play from the Ambush overall. The aggressive with the ball and taking your time and setting the play. It's times like this you draw up attempts, and when, in the Ambush they capitalize on those things. And I've said it all season, I'll continue to say it. Coach Darryl Durand does an outstanding job.
These guys are definitely ready, and nice to see a special teams goal too. 8:48 left. Ambush with a 1-point lead. Remember, 2-point goals here in the MISL. There's also 3-pointers. And back to their keeper, McInerney. Brings it all the way up, kicks it high off the boards into the Ambush zone. There's Beto there, leaning on the Ambush defenseman. That goes off the boards, comes all the way back out. And it's back to Craig, who takes a big left. But a nice block there by Mike Mesley. Good defense. Goes over the boards, but I'll take it. That's better than a goal any day. 8:20 left in the half. Ambush up 7-6.
I'll tell you what I like right now, Joe, is the Ambush didn't allow the Lancers to come back and score quickly, which had happened the last 2 goals. And the Ambush have, like we said, stated their presence on defense, and they're producing on offense now. This is, I think this might be the turning point right now at the 8-minute mark in the second quarter.
And good positioning there by Mesley and Groark on Beto to make sure he couldn't turn and get that ball. Shielded him from it, made it easy for their keeper, Jeff Ritchie, to pick it up and come back the other way. With his feet now, he plays it back to Roach. Roach to Groark in his own zone. Kicks it all the way down for O'Dane Sinclair, and he's wide open. But they're going to ring him up for a foul on Craig. They're going to say he gave him a little nudge. Oh, and that is a 3-line pass. Thank you, Mike Fowler. Thought that was a foul on O'Dane Sinclair, but instead it was a 3-line pass. You forget about those. So it's going to be a restart at the other end. Here's Salas. 3-man wall for the Ambush. Left side, a right sliding block there by Acosta. Another shot and a save by Ritchie. Finally cleared out by Acosta.
And with that ball being cleared, Joe, on the 3-line pass, Sinclair was mixed up with the Lancer defender. If the Lancer defender had touched the ball first, it would have been a live ball, but he had fallen to the turf where Sinclair then touched the 3-line pass.
And I initially thought that they rung him up for the foul on that, but good call by our technical advisor, Mike Fowler. Right place at the right time. It's a team effort, boys. Speaking of which, here comes Rochester. Big left foot there, and Ritchie with the save. And controls the rebound. Boy, oh boy. Tavernise, a good job there. And he got it to Edgar Bartolomeu. We call him Edgar. That's all that can fit on the jersey. That's what we call him, number 14. Had a nice shot, but Ritchie was in position. Back comes Edgar. Trying to get it out of his own zone. Now at midfield. That goes to number 13. That's Steven Basso. Basso with a left, but a weak one. And Ritchie able to cover up on it. Now directing the troops. He picks it up. He's going to throw it all the way to midfield. That's Corey Adamson. Adamson with 6:25 left and a 7-6 lead to midfield. Kicks it now into the zone. That's Dan Antoniuk. Back to Adamson, and a nice play there to flick it out of trouble was number 13. That was Steven Basso. And now we've got a 2-minute penalty. Looks like this one's going to go on Corey Adamson as he dumped number 20, Janino. And that's unfortunate because just scoring on the man advantage, now they're going to have to kill one off, the Ambush are. 7-6, they have a lead with a timeout here. Look at this play again, and yeah, Adamson has a little crossbody block into the boards. Got to ring him up for that.
Yeah, we were at a difficult angle here, but yeah like you said, Joe, just mix it up there on the side of the boards.
Yeah, and the ball had already passed, so anytime you body somebody and you knock him down and the ball's not anywhere near, and he also bounces off the boards, you're probably going to get the blue card, the 2-minute. 7-6 Ambush. 6:09 left in this half. Fred Slow is my partner today, in for Mr. Soccer, Bill McDermott. My name is Joe De Niro. Thanks for tuning in to YouTube.com, watching it and listening to it live, or on TalkSTL.com. Every home game for the Ambush is on YouTube.com and TalkSTL.com as well.
And I know I didn't get a chance to say at the beginning of the broadcast, Joe, but Bill McDermott, who's not here today, and I feel thankful for getting to wear his headset, but he just does an outstanding job when he
is fantastic.
You and Bill teamed up calling Ambush broadcast is that's what St. Louis soccer is all about.
Well, I appreciate it. Don't know if the both of us have quite made it to that level yet, but certainly Mr. Soccer has. He's nothing short of fantastic. He knows the game like none other. And you can tell he loves it, too. That's what I love about him. Heck of a guy, too. But you're filling in wonderfully, and thank you for that. Back underway we go. Salas, number 10 for Rochester. Got the ball near the yellow line in three-point range. He's going to line it up. Looked like he was going to take a shot. They're just playing catch. He and number 19, that's Doug Miller, who's got a goal tonight.
Ambush running too high, too low on the penalty kill.
And nice defense there by Chad Vandegrift. I wonder how many blocks he has this season. We've got to look that up because it's a ton. Back comes Salas. Going to take it with the left. A nice block there. That's Matt Kimball giving up his body. And now the Ambush. Believe that's a handball. It's going to go the other way.
Official scoring, Joe. Vandegrift does lead the Ambush with 16 blocks on the
No
season.
surprise at all. He's got 2 or 3 in this one, so he's going to lead after this game too. But Matt Kimball doing a great job of blocking that ball just a few seconds ago. Mike Mesley in on the defensive side today as well. And here's Mattingly, number 6, to O'Dane Sinclair. O'Dane looking for the hat trick today.
Blocks, in my opinion, Joe, untouted stat. I think they're very important. And just comparatively for these two teams on the season, the Ambush has 105 blocks. The Rochester Lancers only have 68.
Wow. Big deficit there, but yet the same record. Here's Salas. Top of the box. Perino a shot. Big save by Ritchie, and a nice job by Mike Mesley to clear it. Pedrinho back into the box it goes. To Beto. Watch him. He is shifty. Salas, the tall, lanky kid. He's got the ball at the top of the yellow. Right side, blocked. Another block by Mike Mesley. And O'Dane Sinclair is going to get rung up for the push there. 50-50 ball. They didn't like it from behind. A little iffy, but Doug Miller gets the call. Miller with the restart for the Rochester Lancers. 4.5 minutes here in the half left. Beto now. Going to take a shot, and a bad one. It goes over the net. Would have been a three-pointer had it been on goal and gone in, but no. And there are 17 seconds left on the Rochester Lancer man advantage. 4:26 left. Ritchie's just going to throw it all the way down the field to Kimball. Matt Kimball gets loose.
Oh, good move.
Oh, a very nice move, and Vance kind of moved over and tried to take that ball, and I think it messed Kimball up a little bit, and back it comes. 2 seconds left. The man advantage about over. It is officially over now. And a goal. Wow. Fauski with the left nails one high over the head of Jeff Ritchie. And that's his second goal. Second goal in a row.
Good
Fauski,
job.
wow.
Good job of placing the ball.
That was a bullet. Into the corner. Just turned. You got the ball from number 10. That's Mauricio Salas. Oh, great move. Great move. Just a little inside-out move between his own legs, and then just let it go with the left. No chance there for the keeper.
Yeah, after he sized up the corner of the goal, like we said, he put everything into it, and there's just nothing you can do.
And back they come. Watch it. It's a 2-on-2. All alone. A toe ball goes over the net, luckily. And they're gonna say it went off Chad Vandegrift. Oh boy, oh boy.
They might overturn this, Joe.
And Janino gets the call.
No.
Nope. Going to be a restart, a dangerous one in the corner. for Rochester. Nice block there by Groark, and it unfortunately goes out of play. It'll be another restart. This is Salas on the left side, just inside the yellow line. 3-point range. He fires it up, shoots, and luckily it goes wide. And the Ambush have to do something to get it out of their zone. Here's Dan Antonio. Good job. 2 head balls in a row, and it goes down to Roach. He falls. And back it comes to Vandergriff at midfield. Vandergriff for the Ambush. He goes right side. Now back to Vandergriff it comes. He's going to go all the way back to his keeper. We're going to get fresh troops here. Mesley and Acosta are going to come out. And it's Mike Mesley with the ball. Mesley kicking it all the way in, off the glass, into the Rochester zone. Acosta with a left foot there, high off the glass. Dowell is there. And back it comes to midfield. Schmerman tries to get it under control to Mesley, and he kicks it into the Rochester Lancer bench. They'll get the ball with 3 minutes left in the half. Back and forth game here between the Lancers and your St. Louis Ambush. Lancers with an 8-7 lead. And back they come. There's Beto moving in, using his body. Flips this one back, and yeah, they're going to call that one on Dowell.
Yeah, they were mixed up that entire attempt.
And another dangerous restart just inside the arc. 3-man wall for the Ambush.
It's okay to have your hands on the back of the offensive player, but you can't wrap around him.
Janino over to Beto, to Edgar. Edgar scores. Big left foot by Edgar. Wow. Edgar. Bartholomew. Holy cow. That was a rocket. And again, off the restart.
And it looked like there was a little confusion for the Lancers on the restart.
Man, was that a laser.
But the Ambush.
Richie saw it the whole way, couldn't get to it.
The Ambush wall shifts to the right, which is where the initial pass was, and it's quickly cleared to the left-hand side where it's, like we said, lasered to the back of the net.
And as I said, another dangerous restart. We can see why. They're up 10-7. Ambush down by a 3-point goal. Here's O'Dane Sinclair. 2:42 left in the half. Ambush trying to close the gap here. Vance can't get it. O'Dane Sinclair kicks at it. Chad Vandegrift. One of the Rochester players is hurt. He's trying to stumble off. He goes down. And finally there's a whistle. And trying to get a number there. That looks like Pedrinho Franco. Didn't see exactly what happened. I think he got kicked. It looks like just below the knee. And he tried to limp off, and he did the smart thing. He laid down so play would stop. So we'll have to regroup here.
I know a lot of soccer fans are accustomed to seeing some theatrics on the field.
A little bit.
Yes. And especially in the outdoor game. But here in the indoor game, you don't necessarily see that.
Not as much. There's a couple of players that there was, for example, and he's a very good player, but a guy that really sells it is a guy like Munoz last night.
Yes.
Who, my goodness, you could be 10 feet from him, and he pops up in the air like he was shot out of a cannon. And he gets the call because he's one of the better players in the league. So if it's working, how can you argue with it? I don't like that type of play personally, but it works for him. But he is a very talented player, and he's got a lot of points. So back it comes to Jeff Ritchie. 2:23 left here. Ambush down by a 3-point goal, 10-7. This is Roach. Roach can make things happen. To O'Dane Sinclair. Into the zone. Sinclair backs in. Looking for a shot. Doesn't get it, and a nice defensive play there by Rochester. Back they come with a head of steam. Miller on the right side gets the ball, and a good play there.
That's good.
It's guess who? Chad Vandegrift.
That's a really good adjustment by Vandegrift.
O'Dane Sinclair, 2-on-2 if he hurries. Oh, a nice slide tackle, but the Ambush keep it. But Vance couldn't get his knee over it. It goes out of play. Could have been a 3-on-2 there, but couldn't put it together. But the Ambush trying to push it here. The last 1:45. Again, they're down 10-7 by a 3-point goal. Here's Mike Mesley. Mesley's got numbers. He's got Dowell to the left. And back, they lose it. Hobson can't get a hold of it. It's Salas, 2-on-1 in front. Oh, it just went wide, luckily. And Salas kicks this ball in. A nice play by Falski. And he's been all over the place. You got to get a body on number 8. A very nice pass. And with 1:27 left, the Lancers open up a 5-goal lead. The initial shot went off the boards. Falski made it look like he was going to shoot. And he just chipped it over ever so slightly to Salas, who hammered it home into the open net.
I know I've talked about it all season, Joe, but it's positioning, and that's where you have to be at that opportunity. And yeah, it's a 5-point lead, which can be 2 goals here in the MISL. But the Ambush are not out of it by any means. We got to settle the troops. We got to get back into the flow of the game, and we have a minute and a half here in the second quarter to either answer or at least lessen the damage and not allow the Lancers to score again.
Dan Antoniuk.
Oh,
took a little too much time with that one. It gets cleared out, and it goes all the way down to Jeff Ritchie. Tavernese gives chase there. Ritchie all the way into the zone, and he's going to play catch with their keeper. McInerney jumped, timed it perfectly, and got that ball. Otherwise, it's over his head and into the net. 1 minute left. McInerney, their keeper. Schmerman gets it in the ambush zone. Acosta is there. He can't get control of it. And Rochester just going to play possession soccer here the last 35 seconds and hang on to that 5-goal lead, or try to. This is a left. All the way into the corner, there's Beto. Beto working on Vandergrift. In front! Big shot and a big save. A good block by Dan Antoniuk. Ritchie was there as well.
We've got to get it out of our defensive third.
Little sloppy here in the last 3 or 4 minutes are the ambush. Beto again. Watch him. Crafty player, number 28. Very physical player as well. Here's Schindler. Schindler, number 26 at midfield. 5 seconds left, and it looks like they're just going to go all the way back and kill this one. That's the end of the first half. Back and forth game. However, the Rochester Lancers have scored 3 straight 2-point goals, and they lead 12-7 at half. When we come back, we'll give you some statistics, some players to watch in the second half, and we'll talk about what the ambush needs to do to get back into this soccer game. We are live at the Family Arena alongside Fred Slow, in for Mr. Soccer, Bill McDermott. I'm Joe De Niro. We'll be back right after this to talk about the second half. Your St. Louis Ambush down by 5, 12-7 at halftime from the Family Arena. Thank you for watching live on YouTube.com and listening live on TalkSTL.com. This is St. Louis Ambush Soccer.
Hey, it's Boom Boom. I smoke 2 packs of cigarettes a day for over 20 years. After walking into Vapor Locker USA, I haven't had one in over a year. You know why? Because the e-cig at Vapor Locker USA works. Once you make the decision to switch to Vapor e-cigs, this is the place to go. They actually take the time to show you what vaping is all about, from how the kit works to getting the right e-juice. Vapor Locker USA was the first brick-and-mortar vapor shop in St. Louis and has been open for over 2 years. No one has more experience in e-cigarettes than Vapor Locker USA. No one. Period. End. Kits come complete with a bottle of e-juice. With over 120 flavors to choose from, you can't go wrong, and they start at just $39.98. Now with 2 locations, 13 East Pierce Boulevard in Wentzville and 1032 Country Club Road in St. Charles, and online at VaporLockerUSA.com. Vapor Locker USA, your hometown e-cig supply store. Make sure you get the right e-cig the first time at Vapor Locker USA. I did.
Let me tell you a story about Kyle and Kelly. They met, they dated, they married, and then they had themselves a little Shamrocks. Now, when Shamrocks was born, Kyle and Kelly nurtured their little Shamrocks. And they told Shamrocks that he could grow up to be anything Shamrocks wanted to be. Shamrocks could make people feel welcome by serving the customers good, wholesome food that would make their bellies full. Shamrocks certainly could provide plenty of drink to enhance the mood of the people gathered. Shamrocks could be a family-friendly place where any sort of celebration could be properly enjoyed. With Kyle and Kelly's love, Shamrocks has prospered and stands proudly on Veterans Memorial Parkway at 70 in Cave Springs. Feel free to stop by and see how Shamrocks is doing nowadays. And be sure to tell Kyle and Kelly what a good time you had and how Shamrocks made you smile. Because every parent likes to hear about how their Shamrocks made them smile. Shamrocks. Shamrocks.
After going to the St. Charles Chill game, your kid wants to play goalie. Not a problem. Until you see the sticker price on all the equipment. Let Play It Again Sports St. Peter's outfit your kid's new sport at a price that's not going to set you back a house payment. They deal in all sports: hockey, baseball, softball, golf, lacrosse, fitness, and more. They'll buy it on the spot, cash with no appointment necessary. All sports, all year long. Don't get stuck with a garage full of equipment that doesn't fit. Take it in to Play It Again Sports and trade it for something they can use. Open 7 days a week and online at playitagainsportsstpeters.com. Kids grow up quick and jump as much as 2 to 3 sizes in a season. That's why Play It Again Sports in St. Peter's is there to save you money and make everybody smile. Reuse, recycle, replay at Play It Again Sports in St. Peter's off Mid Rivers Mall Drive.
Hey, it's Coach from my friends at Rookie's Bar and Grill right here in Wentzville. I'm telling you what, if you want to have a good time at an affordable price, there is no better way to go than Rookie's. From their $9 bucket special on Tuesday night to their $14.99 pitcher and wing special on Monday and Thursday nights, you can't beat it. And don't forget about those $1.25 drafts during every Cardinal, Blue, Ram, and Mizzou sporting event that you can watch on one of their 9 big screens. You'll never miss a game at Rookie's Bar and Grill, 1544 South Service Road in Wentzville.
Are you looking for new, exciting, and inexpensive ideas to boost revenue and attendance at your next grand opening, charity event, or fundraiser? If so, visit Pinshot.com. Pinshot.com is St. Louis's leading provider of specialty sport promotions like the half-court shot, field goal kick contest, and hole-in-one shootouts. Make your next casino or Texas Hold'em night a winner with a Royal Flush or Lucky 21 promotion. Don't forget to ask about our fall football programs. Pinshot.com, ensuring sports' greatest moments.
Tom, have you been to Jack Wagon's Teachers lately?
I've swung some balls at Jack Wagon's inside the wiffle ball cage, the only one around.
The World Series of wiffle ball happens at Jack Wagon's, but it's so much more. If you want to go there and just have a drink, watch a game, play some pool, throw some bags, karaoke, the wiffle balls we mentioned, you can do all that. Oh, plus, ding, there's fantastic food. Jack Wagon's Teachers. It's 94 in Jungerman, RJ.
And there's also a taco/nacho bar on Wednesdays, 3 p.m. to close, $3.99.
Plus, they have on Wednesdays this whole competition. Throw 8 pucks on the shuffleboard table, 8 swings, 8 bags, and if you answer 10 trivia questions, all of those winners get Blues tickets.
And you must wear clothes. It's a requirement at Jack Wagon's.
Well, not all the time. I've seen you shirtless in a wiffle ball cage. But go to Jack Wagon's Teachers. It is a very cool place, or we wouldn't say that.
94 and Jungerman, Jack Wagon's Teachers. It's not just billiards anymore.
Now, back to the St. Louis Ambush on TalkSTL.com.
Welcome back to the Family Arena, where right now, at halftime, the Rochester Lancers lead your St. Louis Ambush 12-7. 3 unanswered goals to end the half. So I'm sure Daryl Duran is in the locker room talking about defensively and maybe a little more energy on the part of the Ambush. They look a little sluggish out there, but 2 halves of every soccer game. Alongside Fred Slow, I'm Joe De Niro, and joining us is the owner of the St. Louis Ambush, Andrew Haynes. Andrew, how's it going today?
Good. I think I broke your mic.
Oh, that's all right. I probably did it.
Yeah, you probably did. You're right.
Well, guys, a little sluggish today in this first half. Maybe looking a little bit tired, but it's only a 5-point lead for Rochester. I'm looking for a big second half and some better defense from the guys.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we got to pull out a win here. This is a huge game. At this point, almost every game is playoff implications. So, we've got to start getting a W. So, I know the guys are tired, but hey, these guys flew in from Rochester this morning, so yeah. I'm sure that wasn't fun for them, and we got to play better.
And not to recap last night, Andrew, but how many things can you say about what Sue Black did with her team in Rochester? Obviously, the accommodations you guys made for them. How exciting is that for the MISL to work together and just make the schedule work?
Well, I mean, I think it's important that us owners and everyone as a league work together. I mean, it's fun to come out here and, Soccer Sam is here tonight and we can talk a little trash and have some fun. But, at the end of the day, when the business comes around, we got to work together, and that's what makes it fun being an owner, because it's real competitive, but yet you have other people that have a common goal, what Sue did was great, and I owe her big time now. So I'm waiting.
She's going to remind you, I'm sure.
No, I know. I'm waiting for that phone call on what we've got to do. But hey, we'll do it, because that's the right thing to do.
Well, and that's the cool thing too. There's competition, but it seems like between the owners that we've met, it's mostly friendly competition. Obviously, you want to win, but you also want to work together for the betterment of the league.
Yeah, I mean, right now I'd like to unplug their radio broadcast over there, but and ask them to leave. But no, it's all fun. I mean, it is. I am a very, very competitive, person, and that's one of the reasons I like being in this business, because it gives me that competitive aspect in my life since I'm not playing sports anymore. But no, I mean, it's definitely great that they're here. And as an owner, I try to visit all the other facilities and go to as many games as I can, and it's good to see the other owners from teams in town too.
Absolutely. Looking for a big second half here. The Lancers lead the Ambush 12-7. And to that end, I know you've got a very special guest here from one of your major sponsors.
Yeah. We got Eric from Simmons First National Bank. He's the president, and Simmons First National Bank has basically partnered with us for the next 3 years, and they're our presented by sponsor. They're on our uniforms. They're basically on everything that we have. And without that kind of support and the support of our other sponsors, the team's not possible.
That's true.
And it's a juggling act. We have to get fans in here, but we also have to get the business support. And,
sure.
With Eric and Simmons First stepping up, it's been a good help. And we do all our banking at Simmons First now. We have checks that have the Ambush logo on them.
Oh, very cool.
Everything. So it's pretty cool. But I'm going to let Eric come in here and talk a little bit. I appreciate you guys having me on.
You got it. Thank you. That's Andrew Haynes, owner of your St. Louis Ambush, and we'll talk to Eric here from Simmons First National Bank. And we'll get back to the second half in just a few minutes. The Lancers lead the Ambush 12-7. Eric, welcome. How are you?
Good, guys. How are you doing?
We're doing good. We'll be better if we can get another couple of goals and get back in it. I feel good about this second half.
I agree with you. I think hopefully they'll come out of the locker room refreshed, and we'll get a few more goals right off the bat.
They've been doing it. They've been getting better and better. And that's got to be exciting for you.
It is.
From Simmons First National Bank as the major sponsor, to see that the team is, not only is it exciting, but each week they're getting a little bit better.
Definitely. We're really excited to be a part of in partnership with the Ambush and, with Simmons First National Bank, and what soccer means to St. Louis and what this partnership means. We're new to the St. Louis market as well. We've only been here about a year. We're based out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. And, when we heard that the Ambush was putting their team back together and that we would have an opportunity to be a major sponsor, we jumped on board.
Oh, that's fantastic. Tell us a little bit more about Simmons First National Bank. What do you guys pride yourselves on?
Like I said, kind of give you a brief little history. We're based out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas. We have over 77 banking centers in Arkansas. We have 9 in Kansas and 9 here in Missouri. Of those 9 in Missouri, we have 5 right here in St. Louis, including St. Peter's, Normandy, Clayton, Crestwood, and Kirkwood.
Excellent.
So we are, like I said, newer to the market here in St. Louis. We have a lot of experienced St. Louis bankers that have come to work for us since the acquisition, and we're real proud to be here.
Your presence here at the facility is great. Your name's everywhere. You have stations in the concourse where I guess you can sign up for different opportunities with Simmons Bank. Well, what are some other things that Simmons is going to do with the team in the future, as far as promoting both your brand and the Ambush?
We will continue to do various activities with the Ambush. We did we're looking forward to an event I believe it's in February, where we're going to do a fantasy day for underprivileged children.
Oh, that'll be exciting.
And get them to come out here and do an event during the day before a game where they can actually do scrimmages, run through some drills with the players and the coaches, and then actually have a little scrimmage afterwards. So
that's
we're
awesome.
real excited about that.
That's a lot of fun. Really, really cool. Well, Eric, we appreciate you coming up today, and thank you for your sponsorship, because without businesses like yours, without your bank, we certainly wouldn't be sitting here. So we really, really appreciate it.
And just one last time before you go, where are those locations at?
We are in St. Peter's, Normandy, Clayton, Kirkwood, and Crestwood.
Is there a website that people can go to?
Sure is. It's SimmonsFirst.com.
SimmonsFirst.com.
Yes.
And you can get ambush checks now.
Yes, you can get. We have
that's great.
Ambush checking account where it's if you sign up for online banking, it's no charge to you. You get the checks with the ambush logo on them.
Wow.
So
And mine don't need the ambush logo to actually bounce like a soccer ball. So unfortunately, Eric from Simmons First National Bank, thank you so much,
gentlemen. Thank you.
Enjoy the second half, and let's hope we get a few here.
Go ambush.
There you go. That's Eric from Simmons First National Bank, the major sponsor of your St. Louis Ambush. Our thanks to Andrew Haynes, owner of the Ambush as well. And we will get you back after this break for the second half, where the Ambush have a little work to do. They're down 12-7 to the Rochester Lancers. We'll get some goals for you, hopefully. Fred and I will do it ourselves if nobody else can. No, we won't. We'll be up here eating snacks. Live from the Family Arena with Fred Slow, I'm Joe De Niro. This is St. Louis Ambush Soccer.
Here's a number you need to put in your phone right now, 314-291-8899. That's our friend, attorney at law, Jason Faust.
And trust me, from a guy who's been married 14 times, I know good and bad attorneys. You need a guy you can trust. That is Jason Faust. That's F-A-U-S-S. Whether you're talking bankruptcy, criminal defense, DUI, DWIs, family laws, you name it, he's your guy.
Find him on faustlaw.com. If you or a loved one are in need of a lawyer, give our friend Jason Faust a call. He'll help you out. 314-291-8899. He's a good guy. He's on the show every Friday. We know Jason Faust, and he's a reasonable priced lawyer.
So call him today. That number again, 314-291-8899 for attorney Jason Faust, F-A-U-S-S.
He's local, just like you. The decision to hire an attorney is an important one and should not be based solely on advertising.
Hey, it's Coach from my friends at Rookie's Bar and Grill, here to tell you about some of their all-day specials. And believe me, there are plenty. Mondays and Thursdays feature a pitcher of beer and 20 wings for only $14.99. On Tuesdays, you can enjoy a bucket of beer for $9. And Bud Select long necks are only $1.75 all day Wednesday. Happy hour weekdays from 2 to 6. And don't forget about those $1.75 16-ounce drafts during every Cardinals, Blues, Rams, and Mizzou sporting event that you can watch on one of their 9 big screens. You will never miss a game at Rookie's Bar and Grill, 1544 South Service Road, right here in Wentzville.
Now, back to the St. Louis Ambush on TalkSTL.com.
Welcome back as we get set for half number 2. Hopefully a better result as the Ambush find themselves down by 5 points. Again, each goal is worth 2. There's 3-point goals as well, so technically it's 2 possessions. 12-7 here. And that first half, Fred Slow, as we get set for the second half here, started off great. Vandergrift scored the 3-point goal, put the Ambush up. But back came the Lancers, Miller and Basso, with 2 2-point goals to put them up quickly 4-3. O'Dane Sinclair scored his first goal. And then Falski, who's played number 8, he's a fantastic player. He's quick, he's good on the ball, and he knows where his open players are. And he can also put a little lead foot behind it as well. He scored from his goalkeeper. Then O'Dane Sinclair from Antonia. That was a man advantage goal, but unfortunately, as we mentioned before the half ended, they scored 3 unanswered goals. Falski, Bartolomeu, and Salas, all within the last 3 or 4 minutes of that second half, and so far that's kind of taken the steam out of the Ambush. So hopefully they, in the locker room, get a little more energy, and I know Daryl Duran is good at pumping his team up. They've got to give it their all. This is a big, big game.
The goal that stands out for me was Falski by the Lancers, and it wasn't a power play goal, but it was immediately after the power play.
Yeah.
And from there, it's like the floodgates opened. And the Ambush had just killed, like we said, that power play, but the Lancers were able to capitalize, and from there, they let in 2 more, which has led to this 5-point lead.
Back to play we go. Lancers with the ball all the way back to their keeper, Gavin McInerney. He'll bring it out to the yellow line. Waiting for help, kicks it into the Ambush zone under the left boards. Janino trying to get the ball there. Roach intercepts briefly, but back they come. And the thing I've noticed about the Rochester Lancers, pretty good possession team. It's like they've got tape on their shoes at times. They're very good at just playing keep away, slowing the pace of the game down, not unlike the Milwaukee Wave, and then taking their chances.
And the Lancers came out and they had that slow start, what he said, but once they got up to speed, they haven't let their foot off at all.
Janino trying to get it around. Mattingly, nice block there. Back to midfield it comes. Dan Antoniuk tries to steal. Ambush finally get it under control. It's Mattingly back to his keeper, Ritchie. Kicks it out with his left, but it's intercepted. And then Mattingly is going to kick it out of play. Unfortunately there for the Ambush. So I know it's only been under 2 minutes here in the first half, but already Rochester seems to have the extra energy. McInerney in his own zone.
The Lancers were late coming out from the locker room. They came out after the halftime intermission ended and didn't stretch or warm up or straight to the field.
Well, it seemed to pay it off so far.
A little unconventional.
Craig over to Somerville, number 3 for the Lancers. Back to Craig at midfield. Kicks this one into Somerville. He misses it. And now Dowell intercepts. Dowell comes back for the Ambush. He's going to slow it down and kick it back to Ritchie. Ritchie plays it with his foot, kicks it all the way to midfield. O'Dane Sinclair is there. He's got a 2-on-1.
There you go.
Kyle Hobson, all alone, he scores! Kyle Hobson! Nice play by O'Dane Sinclair, and that's exactly what the St. Louis Ambush needed here in this second half. Beautifully done, 2-on-1.
That just shows, Joe, how quickly things can turn in indoor soccer. Sinclair was able to get the ball out front, like we said, to Hobson. Hobson makes that nice move with his right foot in front of any defender, one-on-one with the goalie, puts it right by him into the corner. Outstanding effort by the St. Louis Ambush.
And what a nice touch by Hobson, too. Because McInerney came out to cut down the angle, and Hobson just ripped it low to the right side. So it's 12-9 now. Back within 3 are the Ambush. And again, there are such thing as 3-point goals. So one swift kick and they're tied. 12:47 early here in the third. It's 12-9 in favor of Rochester, but the Ambush with a big goal to open up this second half.
With this level of competition, Joe, you have to capitalize where you're supposed to capitalize, be it the power play, be it the breakaway, and the Ambush are capable of doing that, the set play, the restart. And that was a prime example. Getting out in front of the defenders, like we said, and putting that ball exactly where it had to go. Nothing fancy, nothing out of the ordinary. Just
Schmerman on the restart kicks it up and over the glass. Boy, oh boy. Not a whole lot more frustrating than that on a restart. And back comes Rochester. So a little sloppy there. And back they come. That's number 27. That's Tavernese. Good move, but a nice play there by Chad Vandergriff. Again, defensively, so solid. He clears it, and back it comes into the Rochester zone for Craig. Craig kicks it up. Janino intercepted there by Acosta. Back come the Ambush. Here's Dan Antoniuk, the team captain. To Schmerman. Schmerman, number 17. Tackled.
Oh.
How is that not a 2-minute penalty? Ball was not in the area. And Schmerman gets basically tackled to the ground face first. All right, we get the restart, but no call.
Called by the official across the field, not the official directly next to the ball.
Yeah, not the guy standing right there watching it. Unbelievable. Here's Ritchie. Ritchie kicks it all the way into the zone. He's looking for Antoniuk. He's got him. Acosta off the boards, and that one's easily handled by the goalkeeper, Gavin McInerney. The Rochester keeper with the ball. He's going to throw it the length of the floor. It's intercepted there by Vandergriff. Now Acosta's got it. Victor Acosta, number 99. Andres Acosta. My bad. Got the last name right. And here's Acosta again, moving it into the Rochester zone. Acosta being hounded there. And finally kicks it back to his keeper, Somerville, playing defense. Ritchie up to O'Dane Sinclair.
Good job, Ritchie.
He's got Groark. And numbers. Groark off the boards in front. Nobody home for the rebound, but a nice play.
Missed opportunity there.
That was very, very close. Here's Mike Mesley now in his own zone. Back to Ritchie out of Beto's way. He's got a chug-a-lug back. And Mesley now to Adamson. Adamson's got a few guys in front, Matt Kimball being one of them, and Vance the other. Kicks it all the way back to Groark. Groark setting it up here now for the ambush. And the ambush taking their time and trying to dictate the pace of play. Very nicely done so far. 10:25 left in the third quarter. Your St. Louis Ambush are down 12-9 to the Rochester Lancers. It was a 5-point lead until just a few moments ago. Into the zone it goes, but now out it comes, and back into the zone it goes to Basso. Basso from his keeper, McInerney. He's going to run it all the way up the left side. Kicks it with his left. And that's going to be number 10. That's Mauricio Salas back to Basso, and Basso's going to go all the way back to his keeper. And again, little possession soccer here. Fauski with some moves. He's a good little player. Finally slides it to the left to Schindler.
Long stretch of play here.
And they're going to get rung up there. That's a terrible call.
As soon as I say something.
Yeah, Joe Tavernese selling it there.
And it's not that the officiating's frustrating, Joe. But it's a little confusing.
It's really inconsistent. Off the restart. Salas, big left foot, and thankfully it's wide. Comes all the way back out to the yellow line. Fauski, get a body on him. Schindler now, nice move. With his left, very weakly, and Ritchie picks it up. The goalkeeper, Ritchie, over to Mesley. Mesley goes back to Ritchie in the box, and Ritchie's going to dribble it up to his own yellow line. Near midfield, kicks it all the way off the boards into the left end. O'Dane Sinclair is there, but he was shielded from the ball. A nice defensive play, and McInerney makes the easy save. 9 minutes left here in the third quarter. 12-9 Rochester Lancers. Here's Beto. Nice heel ball. Janino right there, but Ritchie steals it from him.
Good
and back come
play.
the ambush. Very nice play there. This is Groark. Groark fends off Janino. Over to Chad Vandegrift. At midfield, over to Groark. Right side. In the center to Hobson, and had that ball go off his foot. A little too strong. It's stolen by Kimball. Kimball with the left. Just misses on the left side. What a shot there. And he has really been playing well. Back to Ritchie. The ambush goes. 8:15 left. Adamson to Vandegrift. Vandegrift to Acosta. Acosta being hounded there by Edgar. Edgar Bortolamo. It's Edgar. I'm kidding. I know how to pronounce it. Bartholomew. In the box it goes. It's going to be a handball. It's not. They didn't call it. Off the arm of Dan Antoniuk, they let him play. Okay, we'll take it. Now he's getting his jersey and his shorts ripped off. No call. Mattingly, a shot goes wide. Acosta on the left side. Settles it. Off the boards, being marked there by Bartolomeu.
Good work to get away from two defenders.
Now in the box. Dan Antoniuk. Ooh, to Adamson. It's blocked there. Antoniuk with the left, and they're going to call a foul.
We're going to say it was
on
pulled.
Rochester, and I think that one is a very nice call on our behalf. That might have been a little gift. And again, as you can see, we're trying to be objective. The officiating on both sides has been a little shoddy at best. Dan Antoniuk, three-man wall for Rochester. Goalkeeper moves him to the right with authority. Antoniuk to Adamson with the left, and it's blocked there by Bartolomeu. A nice defensive play from Rochester.
Good job, Edgar, to get over.
That is easier, isn't it?
Yeah.
Here's Mattingly, number 6, to Chad Vandegrift, near his own zone. To Ritchie. Ritchie moving up on the play. Near midfield. And kicks that one out of play. Ritchie is a little sleepy today. But after that game last night, I'm going to cut him a little slack.
I didn't get the total count on saves last night for Richie.
Oh, he was unbelievable.
He was beyond impressive.
Unbelievable. Going to be a timeout here. It'll be a restart. With 6:57 left in the third quarter, the Ambush still down, but only by 3. They cut the deficit. Had the only goal of this third quarter. They're down 12-9. Kyle Hobson, a brilliant goal, and the play all started from O'Dane Sinclair. That was a fantastic 2-on-1. Slid it to the wide-open Hobson, and he buried it low post side. And that's where we are now, 12-9. But the Ambush with a little more pep in the last couple of minutes, playing a lot more stable than they did, because Rochester, when these teams came out at halftime, as you mentioned, they took their time, didn't stretch. They did their stretching in the first 2.5, 3 minutes of this quarter. They were all over the Ambush. But the Ambush get a lucky break. They score a goal, and they've shifted the momentum somewhat.
Trailing only by 3 right now, Joe. It's a one-shot game. That's fine, and we saw the Ambush convert on a 3-pointer earlier. But it's going to take 2, and in my opinion, probably 3 more goals for the Ambush to come back and win this one. And what's going to happen is, like I said, my opinion again, is the Ambush are going to have to keep up that aggressive play, keep it in the offensive third of the field. And, this just brought to us.
Very nice. Pat Houlihan, who is one of our statisticians here, part of the media, 25 saves last night for Richie in a losing effort, but he was dynamite.
I've never been fortunate enough to be talented enough to play professional indoor soccer, Joe, but I feel like I would be pretty tired after 25
saves. And then coming back after last night, trying to get some sleep, and then being back here early in the morning for a 1:30 game.
Just the beating, the bodies, what it takes.
This is not easy on the knees or the back. Sometimes not the eyes. It just all depends who's in. 6:19 left. 12-9, and look out here. Big shot and a nice block. Another one by Chad Vandegrift. Continues to pile up defensive blocks. Man, oh man. He is in the right place. If Richie isn't, which he normally is, Chad Vandegrift is somewhere near him. He's been fantastic defensively. And he's got a goal today, a 3-pointer no less. Just under 6 minutes left. Here comes Basso. Head of steam. Another block by Vandegrift. Took it off the inside of his thigh. Got pushed down. No call. And here comes Roach. Roach, a 1-on-3 in the corner. Tries to get free. Nice pass. A big shot and a save. Nice save there by the keeper, Gavin McInerney, with his feet. He's not happy at all with his defense, but a fine, fine save on Dan Antoniuk.
I'm a little surprised on the no call down here, Joe. Wherever the Lancers were on the attack, as you said, Vandegrift deflects the ball, and then the Lancers' offensive player, full extension of the arm, puts Vandegrift to the floor.
And we're going to see that play here again. Here's the shot. Oh, it was a cross-body block.
That was Steven Basso for the Lancers.
And no call. Off the restart. Here's Mesley. We're over it now. Mesley kicks this one up and out of play, and there we go. Got to center that ball.
I like aggressive play on both sides of the ball on both teams, but you got to play within the means of the rules. And like I said, you're over it, Joe, but just keep your arms next to your body.
Exactly. Back it comes. A couple of head balls. This one goes off of Mattingly to Richie. Richie to Acosta. Acosta being hounded there by Fauski, who's had a heck of a game for Rochester. Richie coming all the way up to Acosta. That should be a dangerous play there. Fauski running into Acosta, but no call. Going to let him play here. Mesley's got his hands up. And here's Dan Antoniuk, and he gets bodied off the ball there as well. Incidental contact on that one. Here's Fauski. Fauski's got numbers. Nice block by Mattingly. Mattingly just slid that left leg back and made it look easy. Here's Salas. The big, tall, skilled kid for Rochester. Schindler now. Tries to get it in. Beto's got the ball, and what's the call? We've got a push-off on Rochester. And Beto, I think, is cursing in 7 different languages after that one. It's going to be a restart for the Ambush, and Rochester doesn't like it a bit. Here's Richie. Richie over the yellow line. To Adamson. Adamson back to Richie. Richie over to Mike Mesley. 4:25 left in the third quarter. The ambush down by 3. Ooh, this one almost headed on by Antoniuk. That came off Richie's foot, the length of the field, but McInerney made a nice save. He's been pretty solid today.
That is Richie's second shot on goal for the year, Joe.
There you go. Bartomalo with some moves, number 14. Adamson steals it, but kicks it too far. It goes to McInerney, but back come the ambush. It's stolen again. Janino. Schmerman now steals. Mesley in his own zone. He's going to kick it the length of the floor. Goes all the way down, and O'Dane Sinclair's in the box, but McInerney jumps up and over. Timed that one a little better than O'Dane did and comes up with it.
McInerney is animated, Joe.
Yes, he is. I like the animated players. He's going for an assist here. He kicks it the length of the floor to Janino. Kicks it to Salas. Salas wasn't even watching for it. Fortunately, our goalkeeper, Richie, was. He picks it up and he slides it over to Mike Roach. Roach with his left over to Chad Vandergriff. Vandergriff to Matt Kimball. Scoreless today. Let's see if we can change that. Kimball, some nice moves. Turns. Big right foot, and that goes wide. Hobson now heads it back to Groark. Nice move by Kimball. Kimball is he's so sly when he gets down near that box.
Very creative with the ball. He can, when he's one of those guys who's confident with his left or his right, and he's able to do so much.
He's got some moves. You don't even realize it, and then he's by you. Here's Kyle Hobson, who scored the last ambush goal. 2:45 left in the third quarter. Ambush still down by 3, 12-9. And what's turning out to be a very good soccer game. Here's Andres Acosta. Acosta, number 99, in only his third game for the ambush. Now to Roach. Roach to Dan Antoniuk, the team captain. Has the ball go off his foot. It's in the corner. There's a scrum there. Antoniuk turns, shoots, big save. McInerney, another big save. And McInerney's the only person that's keeping Rochester in it in this quarter. He's made 3 or 4 really big saves. And a nice job from the ambush.
There's a real opportunity here for the ambush on
restart. Top of the arc, just inside the three-point line. Roach bangs that one wide, and he's got to go all the way back and get it.
Just put too much on that.
And what have we got here? That is going to be a call on Roach, then a foul. Shaking his head as if to say, not really. And with 2:11, we'll have a restart right in front of the benches at midfield for Rochester. Back they come. Here's Cole into Miller, who's got a goal today. Miller turns with the left. Nice play there by Roach to steal it. Can't get it out of the zone, and Roach finally clears it to midfield. Acosta's there. He's got positioning on Edgar. He turns. He's got a man in front. Gives that ball to O'Dane Sinclair. Sinclair pounds one wide off the glass. Oh, that's a dangerous play, is it not? I guess not. Foot up near the chest? Apparently not. Dowell takes a shot. This deflects. Sinclair trying to get it under control, and he's going to get rung up there. And that's going to be a 2-minute penalty on O'Dane Sinclair for boarding. And both referees are going to call that, and you've got to call that. Unfortunately, O'Dane Sinclair with the push-off and boarded Cole, the defender. And now just what the ambush did not need is to be on a disadvantage. So the man advantage now with 1:28 left. This will carry over into the fourth quarter. That's another thing you don't want to see. So hopefully the ambush can play some good defense, maybe squeak out a goal here. Here's Salas to set it up in the ambush zone to Falski. Falski back to Salas. Right side to Falski, 3-point range. They're playing catch. Back and forth they go. Now he works it in. That is Beto. He kicks the ball all the way back to Salas. Big drive there, deflected, luckily. And it's kicked out of play. And luckily they're going to ring Miller up here, I think, for a foul on Mike Mesley. He's trying to figure out why he's called when he's on top of another player. Well, let's kind of look at that, see what we can think. And with 1.5 minutes left on the Rochester Lancer man advantage, Mesley had just kicked it the length of the floor, and another one over the boards and out of play, and that's going to give it right back to Rochester. 53 seconds left in the third quarter, 1:22 left in the man advantage for Rochester, already up by 3. Here's Fauski. Big shot. That one goes just high and off the top of the glass all the way back to Miller. Miller to Salas. And now it goes to Fauski. Salas with it. With the left foot, now Fauski to Miller. Miller rolls it. Salas, a big drive, and I believe Richie got a piece of that to knock it just above the net. And we've got 19 seconds left. Be careful here. A 3-on-2. Nice clear there by Dowell. Corey Dowell with a good clear, but not all the way out. 4 seconds. 3 seconds left. Hope to keep him out of it. Nice job by the ambush to not allow a shot in the last 5 seconds. And now, one of the things I love about watching this game is 2 players that are on the same team, not the ambush, yelling at each other. That's always fun. After 3 quarters, the ambush cut the deficit to 3. It is 12-9. Rochester Lancers. We'll take a break. We'll be right back after this with the final quarter of this very exciting indoor soccer game. Live from the Family Arena, listening live and watching live at youtube.com and talkstl.com. This is St. Louis Ambush Soccer.
Let me tell you a story about Kyle and Kelly. They met, they dated, they married, and then they had themselves the little Shamrocks. Now, when Shamrocks was born, Kyle and Kelly nurtured their little Shamrocks. And they told Shamrocks that he could grow up to be anything Shamrocks wanted to be. Shamrocks could make people feel welcome by serving the customers good, wholesome food that would make their bellies full. Shamrocks certainly could provide plenty of drink to enhance the mood of the people gathered. Shamrocks could be a family-friendly place where any sort of celebration could be properly enjoyed. With Kyle and Kelly's love, Shamrocks has prospered and stands proudly on Veterans Memorial Parkway at 70 in Cave Springs. Feel free to stop by and see how Shamrocks is doing nowadays. And be sure to tell Kyle and Kelly what a good time you had and how Shamrocks made you smile. Because every parent likes to hear about how their Shamrocks made them smile. Shamrocks. Shamrocks.
Tom, have you been to Jack Wagon's Teachers lately?
I've swung some balls at Jack Wagon's inside the wiffle ball cage, the only one around.
The World Series of wiffle ball happens at Jack Wagon's, but it's so much more. If you want to go there and just have a drink, watch a game, play some pool, throw some bags, karaoke, the wiffle balls we mentioned, you can do all that. Oh, plus, ding, there's fantastic food. Jack Wagon's Teachers. It's 94 in Jungerman. Hard J.
And there's also a taco/nacho bar on Wednesdays, 3 p.m. to close, $3.99.
Plus, they have on Wednesdays this whole competition. Throw 8 pucks on the shuffleboard table, 8 swings, 8 bags, and if you answer 10 trivia questions, all of those winners get Blues tickets.
And you must wear clothes. It's a requirement at Jack Wagon's.
Well, not all the time. I've seen you shirtless in a wiffle ball cage. But go to Jack Wagon's Teachers. It is a very cool place, or we wouldn't say that.
94 and Jungerman, Jack Wagon's Teachers. It's not just billiards anymore.
After going to the St. Charles Chill game, your kid wants to play goalie. Not a problem, until you see the sticker price on all the equipment. Let Play It Again Sports St. Peter's outfit your kid's new sport at a price that's not going to set you back a house payment. They deal in all sports: hockey, baseball, softball, golf, lacrosse, fitness, and more. They'll buy it on the spot, cash with no appointment necessary. All sports, all year long. Don't get stuck with a garage full of equipment that doesn't fit. Take it in to Play It Again Sports and trade it for something they can use. Open 7 days a week and online at playitagainsportsstpeters.com. Kids grow up quick and jump as much as 2 to 3 sizes in a season. That's why Play It Again Sports in St. Peters is there to save you money and make everybody smile. Reuse, recycle, replay at Play It Again Sports in St. Peters off Mid-Rivers Mall Drive.
Now, back to the St. Louis Ambush on TalkSTL.com.
Back live for our final quarter of play. The Ambush with the restart and down by 3 points, 12-9, alongside Fred Slow. And for Mr. Soccer, Bill McDermott. I'm Joe De Niro. Ambush ball, and here we go. Quarter number 4.
My stat of the night, Joe. The Lancers did not score in the third quarter.
Very nice. Here's Kimball. He's got Roach in front. And they're going to say Kimball dove there. I tend to agree a little bit. And back comes Rochester. McInerney, the goalkeeper, with the ball. 14:34 early here in the fourth quarter. Ambush needing a three-pointer to tie it up. We'll take anything at this point. 12-9. Only goal was Kyle Hobson from O'Dane Sinclair in that third quarter.
We are even strength now, Joe, as the penalty has been killed.
Penalty expired, and Rochester didn't do a lot with that one, thankfully. Here comes Dowell. Dowell, a nice play to Sinclair. Sinclair trying to get this one up for Vance. Vance squeezed out there, and that ball is kicked back to the keeper, McInerney. McInerney now kicks it left side. That's for Paul Craig. To Fauski. Now Mattingly intercepts at midfield for the Ambush. Here comes Mattingly looking for O'Dane Sinclair off the boards, and that one is headed out of danger and now kicked out of play. It's going to be a restart for the Ambush. And let's see if they can get something going here on the set piece. This ball will be at the top of the arc and just inside the three-point arc. And here's Mattingly. To the corner, off the boards, in front, and finally kicked out of danger. Adamson couldn't get a foot on it. And back to the goalkeeper, Jeff Ritchie. Ritchie now to Mattingly. Mattingly looking for O'Dane Sinclair. Backing in to Adamson. Adamson rolls it, hits the referee. Nice placement, sir. But he retains possession. Here comes Adamson. Oh, what a shot. Looking for the far corner. Just missed it.
Good work, Sinclair.
In front, Sinclair to Mike Mesley, a good shot. Didn't get good leather on it, but it was a nice set play. And a save there, another one by McInerney, who's been pretty solid. Here's Fauski at midfield for Rochester.
Oh, good job.
Nice head ball to get it out of trouble. Chad Vandergriff, no surprise. He gets the ball back at the yellow line. Now to Groark. Groark near midfield. Kicking it up. It's a 2-on-2, a 3-on-2 if they can hurry. Roach in front. This one's tipped away, and very lucky for Janino that didn't go off him and the keeper into the goal. Now what are they calling?
It's going to be a handball, Joe.
That is a handball in the box, so it'll be a restart. Not a penalty kick. It'll be a restart at the top of the arc. Three-man wall. Antoniuk looks like he's going to take it. It's either him or Roach. Roach moving towards it. Good call here. They want to take a timeout and talk about it. And that's one of those rule changes that in the past, if there was a handball in the box and it was sort of an inadvertent one, it'll go to the top of the arc. If it's intentional, then you get the penalty kick. That one, not intentional, but it happened to be an unintentional handball is what they call it.
We've talked about Acosta a few times tonight, and what he was able to do there in the box, putting on the pressure, causes the Lancer defender to get his hands up in an effort to stop Acosta at all, causing that handball and the restart here for the Ambush. And I expect Coach Rand has something here under his sleeve. I expect to see something not outside the ordinary, but executed perfectly, and I wouldn't be surprised for a goal here for the Ambush.
These set pieces have been pretty successful when they take the timeout. They come back. It's been a little bit since they've scored one, but you can bet that they've got a play designed, and hopefully Rochester can see a restart. Still no explanation, but we'll take it as long as we can block it here. Three-man wall.
Got to keep that wall tight.
Tavernese fakes it. Edgar. Another shot. It's blocked there by Mike Mesley. Mesley to Roach. Roach can't clear. And we've got a whistle now, and Rochester is not happy. That's Miller. Miller is still complaining about not getting that goal, and from what we've seen, he's got every right to.
Roach and Miller are having words here.
Miller on the restart, just outside the three-point arc to the left of the goal, and they're still chirping at each other.
Roach does not want to move back.
Big shot and a big save by Ritchie. On rebound is blocked. Edgar tries to get it down. Don't know how that's not a dangerous play, but now they get the whistle on Bartolomeu. And that one was for tripping Antonio. 8:43 left, 12-9. The lead is still in favor of the bad guys, Rochester. Ritchie kicking this one up. Dan Antoniuk trying to back in, taken down. Costa with a drive, and that's tipped. That is tipped up. Are they going to call that a goal kick? That was tipped by a Rochester player, but they yelled loud enough to get the goal kick. All right, guys, you got one. Calm down. 8:31 left.
Fauski went straight to the ref.
Yes, he
got
did.
Right in his ear.
And jumped up and down.
Usually
seemed to work. It worked. And back comes Rochester. Be careful here. Off the boards it goes. Salas into the box. Ritchie waits patiently and grabs it. And now he's going to throw it to midfield. Roach trying to keep off Somerville there. Does a nice job. Here's Vandegrift, the blockmaster general. Now this ball goes into the zone, tipped off of a Rochester player. Here comes Kimball. Kimball with a left. Big save and a nice job there by the goalkeeper. Again, been very solid, Gavin McInerney. And he's going to throw it all the way down. Let's hope that goes out of play. It does. Nice. Good pick up there for the ambush. Plenty of time left. Down by 1 3-point strike, 12-9, with 7:46 left here in the fourth quarter.
Looks like we're going to get a timeout here.
Mike Fowler filling in for Fred Slow. He's a man of many hats.
Hey, I tried.
And so is Fred. He's off fixing some wires or something.
If he's not here, he's doing a lot
is.
of work somewhere else.
He's
that's
working.
For sure.
And as we look down on the pitch, Miller still complaining to the referees. The refs are having none of it, as they had that goal taken away. And still, I'm not sure what the explanation was.
I want to get a little bit of clarity on that. We haven't
All
been
I can
told
think
anything.
is that the restart happened too quick.
Yeah.
The refs weren't set. That's the only thing I can think, because as we said, if it was a 5-second violation, the ball would go back to the ambush, which it did not.
We've had quite a few of those today.
Yes, we have. A lot of head scratching we have here.
Absolutely.
For the booth. So we'll try and.
You can only imagine what Daryl Duran's thinking.
Oh, geez. It's got to be a nightmare. So we'll figure it out. 7:46 left here, 12-9. Ambush with a little more pep in their step here. They're going to have to ramp it up, as this Rochester team has done a very good job, especially with their goalkeeping. McInerney has been fabulous in the third and fourth quarter.
Yes, he has.
He's made some very, very big saves. And as you can see, you can ride a good goalkeeper. And hopefully Jeff Ritchie will be able to do that some more for the St. Louis Ambush. He certainly kept them in that game last night.
Oh, he did. He was amazing.
25 saves, and at least 13 or 14 of those were really tough.
Oh, yes, they were. The whole team was playing a lot of good defense last night. They're doing the
really
same thing today.
And if you just joined us, St. Louis Ambush Soccer, stlouisambush.com if you'd like to get tickets for any of the home games coming up here at the Family Arena. They start at $15. You can sit on the glass for $30, and that's more than close enough to the action. Speaking of the action, we're back to it. 7:42 left. Ambush down 12-9, trying to get something cooking here. Here's Ritchie, left side, near midfield to Vance. Vance all the way down the field for Dowell. Dowell, a nice move there along the boards. Kicks it back to Vance, and Vance is going to slide it right side to Mattingly. Mattingly now to Kimball. Kimball, through ball to Mattingly. To Vance, off the boards, in front, it's loose, and finally kicked away. Kimball a drive, and a big foot save. Again, McInerney is in the right place at the right time. The Ambush have got to try and solve him. Mesley now, all the way back into his own zone as Fred Slow rejoins us.
Yep, sorry for the technical difficulties, Joe. We are 100%.
Look at you.
Look at that.
And it only took you a minute or two. I had $1. Back we go to action. Chad Vandergriff to Jeff Ritchie. Length of the floor goes into the corner to O'Dane Sinclair. Can't reach him. Hobson's there. And he is, before the shot, they're going to call a foul for a push-off. Hobson, a nice left foot just outside of the box, but before that, they called him for a push-off, and back it goes to Rochester. Clock not a factor just yet, but starting to be. It's 6.5 minutes. Ambush. Here's Vandergriff. Vandergriff's got some room.
He's dangerous.
He takes it. Left to O'Dane Sinclair. Back to Vandergriff. 3-point range. Over to Hobson. Hobson lets that go. A through ball to Gork. Gork's going to let it come all the way back to his keeper, Jeff Ritchie. And now to Chad Vandergriff. Back to Ritchie. Ritchie plays this with his foot to O'Dane Sinclair. All the way up into the Rochester zone. Off the boards. Sinclair trying to turn. Gets it back to Vandergriff. Now this one goes in the box weakly by Gork. I think he was looking for O'Dane. Couldn't quite get it to him, and back comes Rochester. 5:50 left in the game. 12-9. The Ambush are down.
Oh, good
A
move.
good steal there by Vandergriff, and Fauski got lucky that he didn't give up a one-on-one with his keeper. Antonia kicks this the length of the floor, but it goes up and over the glass, trying to play that one off the glass in the corner. Instead, it goes up and over, and back to Rochester it goes.
Ball thrown back into play by Ambush owner Andrew Haynes.
Very nice.
Good effort.
Another
there.
man with many hats. And into the Ambush zone it goes. Here's Acosta. Loses it there to Miller. Miller embellishes a little bit. Gets the call. And it's going to be a restart for Rochester, and they have to be very, very careful here. Miller, who had a goal taken away just a few minutes ago, on the restart. Bangs this one. A nice play, but it was wide. He hit that one, and a nice pass, but they couldn't finish. Here's Roach back the other way. Roach to Antoniuk. Antoniuk off the boards, and a nice play to gather himself. There is McInerney. It went off the boards and then off the back of his feet, but he was able to corral that in.
Antoniuk's going to be kicking himself for that one.
Ritchie trying to keep this ball in play, does so off the boards. The Ambush now. Trying for a 2-on-1. Oh, just a little too far, Antoniuk. A little heavy with that foot this quarter. And he just missed Vance in the box. Ambush, good pressure here, but back comes Rochester. Into the Ambush zone, and that's a gimme. Gork was a 1.5 feet away from number 27, Joe Tavernese, and Tavernese just looks and goes, okay. But we'll take it. We got one there. Ritchie brings it up with his feet near midfield. Now he's going to pass it over to Gork. Gork over to Matt Kimball. Kimball, nice moves. Over to Hobson. Kyle Hobson now controls. 4:22 left. He's got Mike Mesley on the left. He slides it to him. Mesley all the way back to Jeff Ritchie. Jeff Ritchie up to Matt Kimball. Kimball getting whacked at there. Finally kicks it back to Gork. Here's Gork. Gork into the Rochester zone. Controlled there by Rochester, but back come the Ambush. That's Dow. Dow gets a foot on it. Janino steals and comes back the other way. 3:52 left in this game. Ambush still down by 3. Hobson gives chase. But McInerney, their goalkeeper, comes out to the yellow line near midfield and kicks it into the Ambush zone. And Chad Vandergriff's going to get rung up there for a foul, for a push-off against Salas. Salas will restart it just outside the yellow line. And here's Schindler to take the restart.
Salas went down hard there, but he seems to be all right.
Schindler to Fauski. Fauski loses it, but he comes back and takes it from O'Dane Sinclair. Sinclair gives chase. 3.5 left. Still down by 3 are the Ambush. The full court press is on. Trying to get the ball away. Here's who we thought was a goal scorer. Miller was taken away. He gives it back to Basso. Now to Salas. Salas is in all alone, but he gets some help. A big shot there. Rebound, and that one goes wide. Oh, my. Woo. It looked as though Sean Somerville had easy pickings there, and he missed it wide left.
Scoring drought continues for the Lancers.
And all the Ambush need is one three-pointer. We'll take a couple twos. We're not picky. And back comes Rochester.
Physical play.
Down in a heap goes Tavernese, but ooh, Janino. Don't think he was telling the ref he's a fan of his work. Wow. These guys are mouthy. And they're winning. 2:42 left. It's Grork with the restart right in front of the penalty box, which is where Janino should maybe be spending a couple of minutes. Here's Grork back to his keeper. Left side. They're going to have to push the pace here big time, Fred Slow.
Rochester not accustomed to playing with the lead, Joe.
Mesley is going to try and stop it in front of the Rochester bench all the way back to Jeff Ritchie. He kicks it up for Antoniuk. Gets grabbed a little there, no call. And we've got 2:10 left in this ball game. Ambush are going to have to sneak one by here. Here's Jeff Ritchie. He brings it up, playing sort of the sixth attacker role. Grork in the end for Mesley. Mesley pulls that out of the air, and back to Adamson he goes. Adamson with a left. In the box. Acosta's there. Can't turn and get a shot. Nice heel. There's Antoniuk scores! Dan Antoniuk puts this game within one. And the Ambush are within one goal of taking the lead. It's now 12-11. Nice play there. It started with Corey Adamson. Kicked it to the right. It goes off Acosta. A nice heel ball there. Off the boards it comes, and Antoniuk just did the rest. That's a beautiful goal.
The body control on that, Joe, he was horizontally in the air as he put that ball in the
beautiful
back of the net.
Goal. So now the Ambush are within one. With 1:46 left, plenty of time. And now the Rochester Lancers are going to take a timeout to talk about it. But, man, oh, man, I'd like to see the replay of that goal again. Dan Antoniuk did a great job because he had a defender in front of him. He used the defender almost as sort of a shield, as we see the replay here. Nice heel ball there from Acosta. I didn't see who got the assist. Was that Dow?
I think it was Dow, yeah.
And the defender, that was Troy Cole in front, was facing his own goaltender, and Antoniuk just turned right around him.
The thing that excites me, Joe, is he had worked so hard for that goal. He's underneath, he's battling and finding that positioning, and like we said so many times tonight, it's to be in the right spot at the right time and then to be rewarded, and that's exactly what happened. Antoniuk was able to get inside, play the rebound off the wall. Like we said, the wall is your extra attacker. Put it in the back of the net, and right now trailing by one, the Ambush have a real opportunity.
Yes, they do.
And I would expect Coach Duran to probably play the same 5-on-5 for about another minute. And if we don't have it then right at the time we hit maybe 45 seconds or so, we're going to come in with that sixth attacker if we're in possession of the ball.
And as you saw, the sixth attacker was just about set to jump on the field before that goal was scored. Let's hope they don't need him. So 12-11 with 1:46 left, and like any Darryl Duran team, they are not going to quit. Extra energy towards the end here. Rochester ball goes all the way into the zone, and it will be back to Ritchie, and Ritchie is going to take a timeout. And the Ambush want to talk about it here. 10 seconds ticked off there. Make it 9. 1:37 left in this game. And another one that's going to go right down to the wire. As we saw last night, the Ambush on the short side of a 13-11 loss. They're down 12-11 here. 11 seems to be the magic number. Let's get over that hump. Darryl Duran wanting to talk about it.
Exciting week of soccer here in St. Louis.
No doubt.
The overtime win Sunday, which you were against the Syracuse Silver Knights.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we lost last night, but it came down to the wire, and then here we are again.
Yep. And I'm telling you, and for the price you pay, it's a hell of a lot of entertainment. It really is. So get your tickets at stlewisambush.com or go to Metro Tix and get them there. You can come to the Family Arena on game day and pick them up here. Another exciting one. The Ambush has scored the last 2 goals, one in the third quarter and one here in the fourth. Rochester's been held off the scoreboard, as you pointed out just a little bit ago, since the second quarter. They scored 3 straight, and they've been silent since. So the Ambush trying to take the lead, and Mattingly is going to come out as the extra attacker. It'll be Chris Mattingly. Corey Dowell is out for the Ambush. You've got Mike Roach, number 16, Dan Antoniuk, O'Dane Sinclair, and number 2, Matt Kimball. I like this lineup. I'm going to go ahead and put my money on Matt Kimball right now to go ahead in this game. Little 2-pointer, put the Ambush ahead. Here he comes, Antoniuk. All the way back into the Ambush zone. Minute and a half now left.
Plenty of time, Joe.
Roach back to Mattingly, the extra attacker. Mattingly to Dowell. Dowell's going to go back to Mattingly at midfield. Right side to Roach. Roach pushes it up. He's got Dowell on the left side. Chests it down. Gets pushed there. O'Dane Sinclair threw an arm. Got really lucky he didn't get rung up there.
Playing aggressively.
Absolutely. We've got 1:05 left. Ambush down by 1 point. Looking for a 2-point goal here. Left side to Dowell. Dowell brings it over. Big left foot. He scores! It's a 3-point goal for Dowell! A 3-pointer! Oh my goodness, the Ambush have just taken the lead, 14-12 with 56 seconds left in this soccer game. Goodness gracious, that was amazing. Wow. Unbelievable. Dowell moves to his left beyond the yellow stripe. Just unleashes that ball, goes into the far right corner. McInerney didn't even move. That is a beautiful goal by Corey Dowell. Wow.
7 straight unanswered points for the Ambush, Joe, in the second half.
Amazing. With 56 seconds left, now they can put Jeff Ritchie back in, play a little possession ball. And what an unbelievable shot. He unleashed that. That was incredible.
I know you have the scoring recaps in front of you, but it's been a team effort.
Yes, it has.
It's every guy's touching the ball.
No doubt whatsoever.
When you can do it from all 5 positions or 6 positions in that instance, what can you do as a defense?
And again, things that don't show up on the score sheet, Mike Mesley, Chad Vandegrift with their blocked shots today have been unbelievable.
2 3-point goals, and now Rochester has in their 6th attacker.
Rochester, their 6th attacker, and that is Edgar. Edgar moving up with the green jersey to Fauski. 45 seconds left. Ambush have to be careful here. Antoniuk clears this one all the way down, and that is a great clear. It's going to go all the way into their end, and back Edgar has to come to Salas. Salas at midfield. 30 seconds left. Ambush up by 2. Fauski right side to the yellow line. Into Miller. Miller in front.
There you go, Ritchie.
That one is stopped by Ritchie. And a good play. And again, Mike Mesley is there. 13 seconds left. All the way down. Ambush ball. Antoniuk has it. Antoniuk slides it over. Fauski in his own zone. Clears it. That is going to stay in play, and the Ambush are going to win this soccer game. Unbelievable. A huge win for the St. Louis Ambush in comeback fashion.
A shutout in the second half, Joe.
They shut out the Rochester Lancers, who scored 3 straight to end the half. And back they come with 3 unanswered goals of their own. The dagger was the 3-pointer by tonight's MVP, Corey Dowell. A 3-pointer from the parking lot. That was an unbelievable shot. Unbelievable shot. And the Ambush win this ball game 14-12. Fred Slow, you can't talk enough about, we mentioned it, they didn't quit. There was never any give to this team. They knew that they could hang with the Rochester Lancers, and they knew that they needed this game. This is a big game for both teams.
It took a full 60 minutes,
Absolutely.
Joe.
It was unbelievable, and Corey Dowell just turns and crushes one into the far right corner and take nothing away from this Rochester Lancer team. They played fantastic today, and it is a little bit sad, if you weren't an Ambush fan, to see Gavin McInerney lose this game because he made 6 or 8 key saves in the second half and really kept his team in it. But there's nothing you can do
across the board
about that shot.
Players for both teams, and especially both goalkeepers, everyone just plays at such a high level.
It's unbelievable.
And for it to come down to the end, and I don't like to make these kind of analyses of it, but it was a battle, wasn't it?
It really was. It really was. So down 12-7 at the half. Just a few minutes into the third, about 5-6 minutes into the third quarter, Kyle Hobson scores from O'Dane Sinclair on a great feed on a 2-on-1. Then, just a few minutes ago, Dan Antonia gets the game within 1 point, 12-11. They bring out the extra attacker, and Corey Dowell seals it for the St. Louis Ambush by hammering one into the far right corner. And the Ambush win this one with a 3-point goal, 14-12. Holy cow, you can't say enough about O'Dane Sinclair. 2 more goals tonight. Chad Vandergrift, his amazing defense. He also had a 3-point goal to start the scoring today. And although Jeff Ritchie wasn't as sharp as he was last night, and believably so because of the quick turnaround, you couldn't expect him to put together 2 unbelievable games like that. He was more than stellar in goal, and he did what he had to do. And this Ambush team comes up with a huge 4th victory of the season. And for Rochester, that drops them to 3-7.
And if you open the newspaper tomorrow morning or you check the box score online, it's not going to speak to what the game was.
No.
In that second half, the Ambush were another team. And when Coach Duran went in at halftime, he said, hey, guys, here are the adjustments we're going to have to make, and here's what we're going to have to do, and here's how we're going to stop the ball. And for the team buys into it. And that's what's exciting, because when these players came together as an expansion team, it was a bunch of different parts and cogs in a machine that didn't necessarily fit. And what they're doing now this late into the season with, as Andrew talked about it at halftime, the playoff push, this is a big win and good for this Ambush team. This 3 games this week, and by the third game we were going to be tired. And to pull out that W and play so tough last night, just outstanding job by the Ambush overall.
Amazing. They come up with a gigantic 14-12 victory, and for their playoff push, you may look back at this one and say, how huge was that come from behind 14-12 victory over the 3-6 Lancers? Wow. I don't know if it can get any more exciting than that. I tell you what, between the overtime games and the buzzer beaters, this has been a heck of a lot of fun. Again, if you want to be a part of it, why would you not? You have to be here to really enjoy it. Go to stlouisambush.com and grab your tickets. The next home game is January 9th. It's going to be a friendly against the Illinois Fire, and that should be a fun one too.
The Illinois Fire, just a short 30-minute drive from here. So if you're a fan of them and you live on the Metro East Side,
come on out.
Come on out.
Absolutely. Tickets start at $15. Again, you can sit on the glass for $30. You can't beat those prices, and you can't beat the excitement here. From the Family Arena, as we get set to wrap it up, big thank yous to Scotty Boom Boom Gherkin, to Mike Fowler for filling in.
Pat,
also running the controls.
Pat from FP Footy with